So basically, you have this incredibly tired mad scientist slumped over next to where the wheel is. The portal has gone totally dark. You know, sort of the black oily shine of the kind of puddle on the floor. And that's kind of the situation you guys are in. You've just had a Slaad walk through a portal and just had Hugh decide not to join it.
Hugh is currently, like, slumped on the ground in front of the portal, like, paralyzed by her decision.
And Beryl's about ready to go out there forever loving nine, so she's gonna roll to try and jump on this guy and grab him by the lapels and have her feet sticking off of his chest. Is that going to be a dexterity? Or
athletics for sure. Or acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Alright.
Magnus?
Yes.
Yeah, she's trying to jump Magnus.
I've got 14 plus a 5 acrobatics makes 20.
By sitting down, so you pounce on this.
Grab onto him and just freaking out, and I'd be like, alright, I'm gonna run around in circles and absolutely nothing's going on. What the heck? I need answers right now.
He kind of gives you this faraway look for a moment, and then he says, oh, you're a weird one, aren't you?
Alright, Grog's gonna go over and start slapping him comically, like, snap out of it, snap out of it.
Alright, make it a hit roll.
Man! That's not what I was going for.
You are very violent.
That is. It's plus strength, right? Is it strength to hit? Strength to hit. Well, it's a fisticuffs.
Yeah, so we'll strength.
It's strength to hit.
Okay. 18.
Oh, okay.
He's dead.
You do manage it. You give him a nice slap. I mean, you don't have to roll damage because you're not trying to kill him.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm just trying to.
I think it'd be funny if you did on accident.
Enjoy his memory.
Oops.
Whoops.
I'm thinking more like along the lines of
Why Alright. So as you know, the gears continue to move around the walls. He's just been slapped, and he's just like,
okay.
You're a big one.
This is not very bright, is he?
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, he built a portal to another dimension, so
You've got this whole freaking thing.
smart is relative.
He's just, I don't even
Actually, it's two other dimensions at the same time.
So he's like doubly smart.
So,
I'm exhausted.
Is that smart or crazy or both?
Both, definitely.
Both just out of her mind and exhausted. She can't think and she doesn't know what to think. I'm gonna jump off of him and just be like,
Magnus, buddy, I don't really remember anything about what happened most recently. Nothing to do with the fact that we haven't seen this in 4 weeks.
At least for that.
I don't
So
think-
refresh my memory. What are we all doing down here?
I don't think he knows.
It's my workshop. What are you doing here? I don't know.
Exactly.
You called? You rang?
Did you bring soap?
I brought plenty of soap.
Did you drop it?
He gives you a look like he's just like...
I left it in the other room. It's a big giant blob of
I have
soap.
too.
It absorbs things and it's eating people, but it's a giant blob of soap.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I don't know. I really don't know where I'm going with this because I really don't remember what happened through.
So,
I think we forgot to do the what is it called when we recap?
The recap, yeah. We didn't do the recap,
We did not do the recap.
which we should have done.
we should have done it.
That should have
Alright, yeah, because I'm just basically winging it here. Guys.
Well, I'll do the recap because, frankly, I guess I haven't done it yet. Remember, you guys had all gone through the Magnus's, workshop, full of product parts, full of all sorts of weird puzzles and lots of interesting time things. You also found him at the end. There was a Slaad that was pretending to be Hugh that you guys had picked up and totally bamboozled you into the boss room, and then you managed to make it laugh a bunch, but didn't actually manage to hurt it. And then it decides, oh,
I
you're
made
looking
it
for
laugh.
Brandobaris. Come with me, I'll take you to Brandobaris, and then walks into this crazy portal between two dimensions, and you guys just ignored magical science history going on and, all that stuff while Magnus had a good time. It's kind of what happened.
Also, we went to the tinker shop because Ku got the key at one point from, I think, the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
And it has always been a place that we were
It was-
checking out. No clues, necessarily that linked it to the children, except that he's kind of hasn't been seen.
I got
The
the
Tinker
key
dude.
from the first big boss
Alchemist.
guy.
I will call him Tinker. There's no point in trying anymore.
I feel like we should just go break the bad news to the family. I mean, obviously the kid's dead, so
Doubt that. There's more that we haven't seen. I'm gonna run back to this guy and be like, what in the heck is a giant black oil monster thing doing with the key to your lab?
Oil monsters.
yeah.
Oh, he gives you a small potion. He's just like, oh yeah. You know, it's a small kind of violet potion, and he's just like, take it twice a day, evenings, and deal with those oil monsters.
Does that turn you into an oil monster?
I'll take the potion, but I'm not gonna.
I think he thinks she's
I'll add it to
crazy.
my inventory because we'll see what it does later.
It's her name.
It's true, crazy Burl.
Violet potion.
Yeah, small violet potion. It's very small. There's, a little bit of it. It's nothing you could like.
What the heck was that
Chug.
thing? There was a room, and there was an altar, and it was a cultist, and there's a black mass thing that spat oil at us, and it had the key to your freaking shop. And we get down here, and there's freaking tadpole monsters, and they're
You
eating
found the key.
everything.
That's good. I'd lost that.
Yeah.
When a wood took it.
Except for that.
It looks shiftily at like
She's
one of the
so
walls, but nothing else. Just that wall. He's just like,
What's up with that wall? What is the wall?
you can't trust the left wall.
What does the left wall do?
I don't know.
You don't
That's
know.
why you can't trust it.
So is it him that's looking around? What did he say? Who took it?
The wall took it.
No, he just thinks the wall is guilty of taking it.
Got
He hasn't no proof. He's not going to go public with his findings yet.
Incidentally, I'm pretty sure the key actually came from that very first oil monster we fought in the mansion.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
The
You were
wretchedly
talking
tall
about
man.
cults and altars, and that was a different oil monster.
No, that was in the mansion. There was
There was
the
an altar
shrine with
with
the
a
thing and
box.
the
That's true.
bonds and
Because
the
I
monster.
You know, in the room full of mirrors that Nakia and Dorban fell out
There was
of?
only one oil monster. The cults was just
I do
cultists.
remember that.
So I'm interested in getting to know the
I was the
real
one
Magnus
that
here.
started that.
Magnus, what's next for you in life? You've achieved your goal of opening that portal. What's next for you?
Okay.
What's next for Magnus?
He kind of gets this far away look, and he's just like, well, I mean, I have to publish this. The people need to know.
Yeah. So what are you publishing exactly?
My research
Yeah, but what was it about?
about the portal. And he's got like,
Yeah.
you notice he's got like a whole book of just pages of just looks like math.
Ooh, stay away from that.
Is it about how to
can I-
create the portal?
Can I try to read it? Because I have high intelligence.
You can try to read it from there. Give me an investigation check though, since you're looking at it and trying to decipher things.
Well,
Like-
she's looking at the book. Let me ask him, what do you know about what happened to Hugh? Anything, please tell me. You've got a freaking Slaad monster in here that has obviously seen Hugh at some point in order to impersonate the kid. We're trying to find him.
Investigation, right?
Yeah, investigation. That's
15.
15? Alright. You can read some of it. It mostly says pretty expectable things. You know, study into the, the dual nature of. And it's just it's like a research paper that someone's just written, and it's like by Magnus. You know, he there was the great there, but he like scratched it out on the side. Yeah.
Not great.
He's not, he
Almost.
he thought there was just a bit on the nose.
Believe in yourself, buddy.
You know,
Not quite.
he responds to Burl. Well, Slaad's a native to Limbo. I should know. I've ended up bringing quite a few on accident.
Don't tell me Hugh's in limbo.
He's like, oh, that wouldn't. If he's in Limbo, I mean.
Wait, was that to limbo?
Yeah.
It's to limbo and mechanics.
But all combined into one.
Wait, do we need to go there to get Hugh?
But
He's like,
He was saying what if
This is
Like, I
kind of
don't
like
know why
finally
you-
like getting into the conversation.
I don't know why they would bring him to Limbo if they were taking him at all. I mean,
Because really, we don't really care about Limbo. We just need to find this little kid. I mean, I really don't care where
He's
we're
like,
going.
I must have seen him at some point, but not Limbo, not...
Yeah, where did
He's
you
kind of
last
stumped
see him?
himself.
Do you know anything about Deeper?
Well, sure, you know, it's about deep.
I knew you were going there. I just knew you were going there.
Okay, so
It's a word.
Yeah, no, I mean, like...
No, I know this.
so Magnus, you're a reasonably intelligent individual, right?
He was just getting on to what I was
I
asking
would
him.
say so.
Okay, so we've learned a lot about the stuff under the city, right? In our adventures. So you must know something about
deep
that, right?
beneath.
Yes, Deeper.
It's hard to get any information on that. Lady Gravistat's pretty adamant. I tried looking in the library once. Didn't go so hot.
No, it didn't. And we got a feeling her son's Deeper, but I
He's
can't
got
remember
he is absolutely like scratching like a small scar on his neck.
But you seem like
He says
you seem like a pretty driven individual, so I bet that you didn't let that stop you, right?
Well, of course not, but you know.
So what do you know about it? I mean, like, we're trying to find this kid. And
I know that deep beneath the town is a lot of energy. There's a lot of magic. I also know that anytime you build a portal to anywhere and it fails, it gets this dark sheen, and he goes up to the portal and he like touches it, and he's just like this. He's just like, but why?
Does it sound like a chalkboard when he scratches at it?
It doesn't, but it does sound kind of like gurgling, but like painful gurgling that sounds like someone's drowning.
Thank you.
that was pretty good. All right, so
It's just a hideous noise, and he kind of brings his hand back, and he's just kind of like...
So we're looking at the portal that closed is like gurgly black. Describe that for us, if you will.
Well, it's, as I've said before, sort of a dark, kind of black sheet of this sort of liquidiness to it. It looks like the oil that's spilled all over the floor of the room. It's just a sheet of that with white ripples and into the darkness.
It's like a chocolate fountain, only an oil fountain.
From the portal. That's where it comes from. It comes from the portals, the empty ones.
So wherever there's oil, there's been these portals.
Yes, that's what I think anyway.
Well,
He's like, I've seen a lot of strange things. Strange
intelligence score over
things. This oil does strange
Pretty
things.
good.
It never does it the same, you bad thing. And he kind of is mad at the oily stuff because it clearly doesn't follow the scientific method.
No, it is
Did
strange
you
things.
open any other portals besides this one?
I've opened a ton, but mostly in this room.
Anything else interesting come out of them?
I mean, I've been trying to open this portal for years.
But okay, so we found this
Yeah.
oil in like Radimir's mansion
Oh,
as well.
haven't opened any there.
So someone else
Well,
has opened
possible.
portals.
What kind of portal did you find?
What? We found the black oil.
We found mirrors. There was a big old
There was a
room,
big old.
And I came out of one.
big dark room full of mirrors.
Like TARDIS kind of room, bigger on the inside. Until it shrunk and then we all got dogpiled. But I found a key.
Some advanced. There's a moment when he just stops and he's just thinking. And he's kind of putting dots together because he hasn't heard any of this and this is all new to him.
He's just like,
Okay, everybody
let
hush.
us know when you connect all the dots. We all stare at him expectantly.
You done yet?
No, he kind of says to Nakia, and he just kind of gives him this affronted look like, how dare you? I'm a man of science. And he goes, maybe.
Pretty smart. It makes me.
He's like, maybe then. Radimir's mansion. Yelena's gone. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
He's just kind of like, oh, that's not good.
Uh oh.
No.
So he turns to you guys and he's just like, it's Hugh that's missing, right? Right? Hugh's missing?
Yep.
Hugh disappeared at the mansion. Ingo was carried off to the caves.
I wouldn't know. I've been in this workshop for months.
That's why I'm telling you right now.
What if Hugh is the portal?
That would be terribly sad. But
Okay.
beyond the point,
He's like, it's worth a shot. Hey, Hugh! Is that you? He kind of like touches it. And he's just like, nah.
Okay, so
I think Hugh would be a little more polite.
in your professional opinion, if we were trying to look for these portals, how could we find them?
He kind of shrugs. He's like,
okay, so somebody disappeared.
nothing
Something
left there,
about
see?
Hugh in the
Tap
thing
that well.
in the mansion. What do you know?
But he was expecting gods. I wanted to hear.
Said we had tapped that well of.
well, if
Well, he said like.
Do we need to like map out where we found all the oil spots? Would that help it in any way?
he's kind of confused, he's not really sure, but he's like, I know the oil comes from these portals, and I know that oil's been found in a lot of places. So
Ooh.
he kind of waits and he's like, go on.
There was at one point where I was dragged by some hands into. Well, I kind of blacked out, but I found myself floating into a mass of black oil.
I've never heard this before.
I'm still ignoring.
I've never heard this before.
It's true. I only told Bro.
I only know.
And while I was in the oil, I heard these like children's voices and everything, and they wanted me to stay in the oil. Does that help at all?
Yeah. Am I don't. He's like, I don't know, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
But hands, pools. Hugh's gone. He's like, maybe these are portals. Like maybe they took him into a portal, but not to limbo, but to this, to these things, this dark place thing.
So they might still be portals. Like we could go through.
It's
them
still a
into
portal.
somewhere.
He's like, I just have no way to do anything with it. It's perfectly dark on the other side.
How do you go through a portal pool?
Like you try to swim as best you can. At the other end, there's eventually air. I went once, but I barely made it back, and no light I used worked. So I almost died. I never did it again.
Sorry. No, I remember.
Gar's just like raising his hand.
Go for it.
Yes, you in the back.
Thank you.
You realize that he's always wanted to be a professor, but he's
Obviously.
So, Grog is gonna try and stick the modeling arm through the portal.
the modern arm.
Modern arm.
Okay. You shove the arm into the portal. It's kind of got
It's like
liquid
absent-minded. This is
turbulence
like-
a little bit.
Yeah, this is concurrent with him describing stuff as
Yeah.
like going through the portal. Like,
Yeah. And he's just like, yeah, you could just walk into it, but it's at least 20 feet of liquid. My feet. Looks down. His feet are not the biggest, because he is pretty short. Since he's half gnome.
So when we look at the portal, does it look the same as the oil right now?
Yeah. He's like, look. He like scoops a little of the oil up and he's like, portal.
He's like, comparison, it's not that
Using scientific minds.
So I'm trying to recap what I remember from Bogdana, where she said, because we were talking about the cave where we found Ingo, and she said something about the pool of oil, and she says, where the oil goes, that's where Hugh is. And we were talking about how to go through the oil. She's like, well, that'll kill you. And we're like, well, how do we get deeper? And she says, there's many ways to get deeper, and you gotta find the way that'll get deeper that won't kill you. So that's where we found the temple, but the temple didn't really take us deeper. So what pool? I guess it's just.
as we're talking about this, Grog has like this genius idea, and he's gonna start like trying to like shovel the oil out of the portal with the arm. Like, start like funneling it out.
It doesn't really leak a lot of oil, but that said, drops of the oil like slurp off, kind of like it's a little adhesive onto the arm, and the arm's got like a small like kind of black layer of this oil on it.
Guys, I say we drain the oil.
Isn't the oil like
It might take a
super
while, but
bad?
we'll do it.
Like you can't touch it.
Yeah, every time we've touched it, it's been.
Not every time, because I went through it.
She was.
It has a thing.
You don't know that.
I think it's marked us. whatever that means.
And I got
And now we
encounter
can
with
go through it, but we don't know the side effects of that.
I'm still just trying to figure out why we needed to go to the temple if we didn't really find, like, what the heck did we find in the temple?
The
to
temple
get us
was
deeper?
lore and tools that will help us survive.
That's true. We got all those artifacts and stuff.
And I think that was what Bogdana said. Like,
He's like,
in order to
"Aha."
survive, you need to go to the temple. That's
She
what
said
you need
that-
in
she
order to
said-
go deeper alive.
She said a way to go deeper that won't kill us.
So now we have tools that might help us survive. It's not a pathway. It's
Yes,
a,
you in the back.
I was gonna high five.
Guys, I think I went deeper in the temple.
And you didn't bring Hugh
What?
back? I mean, this is.
Well, I didn't
what's
see
out
you.
there.
But look, if we have to go through this oil, and I went through the oil and found myself in a really weird place.
How'd you do it last time?
Well, hands grabbed me and dragged me in.
So we need hands to grab us. So I like grab myself with the modeling arm and like start pulling myself in.
Alright, I'm gonna come over here to this big pool of oil and just throw my hands up and be like, hands, come and take me!
All right. Give me a performance check.
Performance check.
Let's just see how cool this looks.
I don't think she's pulling in. I think she's just inviting.
If only you were proficient at performance.
Whatever
Performance is a +1,
She's
so...
just kind of inviting whatever trickster god is
12?
watching to do what he wants at this point.
You just say that, and
You say that.
I mean there doesn't seem to be anything that really happens. Cool, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Only you get this one because nobody else knows what to look for.
Hey, I need that for
Stuff and things.
perception. 17.
17. You see out of the corner this small set of like fingernails just slither across like one of the corners and then just slide back in.
She's probably gonna go like, and she might actually go up and try the same thing.
All right. Okay. Give me a performance check with advantage, because you know you're pretty confident this might work for you.
Performance. So the first one's an 18.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go with 18.
You say that, and you know the thing ripples a bit, and nothing crazy seems to happen at first. Seems like nothing happened.
We need to get in contact with some cultists about this.
Or just go to the temple where the
What
first
if we
lake
just?
of oil was.
The lake of oil was in the cave.
I feel like Grogan
Oh, you
just
mean your-
needs to go deeper himself.
Yeah.
I think Grogan's gonna start wading into it and trying to go deeper,
All right.
like into the
You
puddle.
have a chance to make a reaction. Give me a dex saving throw.
Goodbye, Grog. You were
That's an
wonderful.
11.
And I appreciated you while you were here.
I was reasonably sure that.
Several black hands appear and just rip you into the portal.
Oh,
You're
shit.
gone. And everybody else, make a dex saving
And
throw.
as I disappear, remember me.
Holy Hannah!
Oh, I got a 20.
Was
Nat 20.
If you wish, you may dodge the hands as they explode outward and start
22.
grabbing at every living thing in reach.
I just don't know if it's a good thing
Dex
or
saving
not
throw?
to get taken back.
Anyone with 20 or more can dodge if they wish.
16.
Can a 20 at least give me an insight to know if it's good to be taken by the hands? or not?
You get grabbed, but you're not pulled through yet. There's a hand dragging you slowly towards the.
I am
I submit.
embracing the hands.
Then for a moment you're grabbed, and then you are yanked through as well. Cool. You
So
can dodge.
I got a 22. Can I, instead of like being grabbed, grab one of the arms so that it pulls
You
me
may.
through?
You take
lay it
its
out.
hand in a
Give
firm
a handshake.
grasp, and you get yanked through. Grasp it firmly.
Because it's like I see Grog going
Firmly
like, Grog!
grasp
And then, like,
Right.
Firmly
Everyone else
grasp
has been grabbed. You can dodge, or you can get grabbed as well.
I'm just
the
trying to
party,
determine if it's a good thing to get grabbed or not.
It's gonna be really hard to say.
Does a
with
nat
all
20
just
at
the two of
least
us.
give me a little bit more insight if I want to get grabbed or not?
Yeah. But there's two of us already grabbed.
Three
and
of
one
us.
3 of us already grabbed.
I think
Everybody
you
else
grabbed.
is
I
already
grabbed.
I know.
There's a difference.
It was more of a handshake, really.
Oh, I was thinking grabbing it not at the hand, like at the wrist.
You're good, but not that good.
My roll was bad enough that it
If
was
you're
like
not
a
going to
grab,
grab it by
and
the
I
wrist
feel
and not
violated.
be grabbed by its lack of bone problems to grab your wrist.
You could stay and find.
That's what I'm wondering if I should.
You counted as you dodge the first one, roll another dex saving throw, because you are taking a long time to think about this.
It's a nat 20. Can I get a little bit of insight if it's a good thing to go in or not?
For dodging, you dodged so well that you saw the reality of the universe. I mean,
That's going to make 13. Yes.
if you'd like to know, you could check insight
Yes,
on the
please.
hands.
Please. Let's just try this.
Well, let's say
You are inspired by her story of not dying by the skin of her teeth.
True, but I'm also completely convinced that these are bad.
13 insight.
I just
13
really wanted to find
total
out what
roll?
my ring
Yes.
does.
You're not really sure. I mean, they're hands from a dark kind of abyss.
Like, I've got a lot of experience.
They're not exactly telling you things, you know. It's the body language is rough.
I've got experience
it's
knowing
rad.
that oil
Let me
is
control
bad,
the
but then there's
hands,
the whole
but
deeper
whatever.
thing, and then we're
I'm
missing
thinking of
Warren,
like,
but I'm
the alchemist.
The hands begin to stop flailing, and
Listen to the alternate.
kind of for a moment, Magnus is like,
Throw Magnus in there too.
he kind of sits there. He's kind of dodged. Mainly because he was at an odd angle, and frankly, anything flailing his way kind of grabbed something else, like the wheel got dragged in instead of him, and he was just kind of like, whew. But
That bullet.
yeah, I think I'll probably try to avoid the hands and stay out and see.
he's like, he kind of like searches around himself. Like, he's got a lot of pockets for a guy that's been in his own house, and he gives you this sort of it's a glass ball, and he's just like, for good luck.
Okay.
It's a big old crystal ball, and he just hands it to you.
Okay. Just
He's like, you're going with your friends, right? Because that's what friends do.
yeah. I gotta go find the one that
I don't know.
I
haven't
did
had any.
sacrifice my
can be my
mission in
friends.
life
We'll go
for my
together.
friends.
He's just like, I
I
don't
am
think
doing
I'm
the
not
mission in life.
very good at that. I'm the things.
you write the things.
Yeah, he's actually really nervous.
It's more
He's
of an
just like
academic.
shaking terribly.
Can
And
I
he's
can I try to roll the common down?
Is
What
a
would that
loose
be?
word in our group.
persuasion.
The only one.
That
I
is-
was closely tied to you.
No. I think that's maybe a 5 if I've got the. No, wait, it's my pursuit 10.
But she did.
He's like, I can't.
My character's very.
He's just like, last time I went through, I was.
So you've been through this stuff.
I just told you.
Yeah.
He's like, I went in, there was air, but I couldn't see anything.
This
Even
way,
my,
say something.
even my eyes. As a gnome, he has dark vision,
He's a
Hey!
and he didn't see anything.
he's a dwarf.
He's half
Half gnome.
dwarf, half gnome. Which, by the way, is absolutely
Norf.
horrible. He's a gnome, actually.
I thought it was a narf.
He's a Gnorf.
Dorbs.
He's adorable.
But the point is, he's like a really buff. Like, he's a very large gnome. Like,
I thought it was
that's.
a rock mill.
He's a dwome.
Because I was very connected.
That was very good. I like that one.
He's half rock gnome. That's.
He's
And
a gnomeable.
he's half dwarf, half rock gnome. Like, they're very close in the end.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I mean, I've got to go find Warren.
He's just like, I can't make it through this.
Okay, so are
He
you
just
just going
can't.
to Warren
Like,
or are
he
you going
just
to go
collapses and he's just like, kind of like.
Okay.
Doing research.
It's okay, I'll just pat him and be like, you go ahead.
He's like, I
You
saw
write stuff.
things, I heard things.
Don't worry, you just keep writing stuff. I'm gonna try and find Warren. The
Nope.
door that we came through locked itself. Is there any other way out of here?
He's like, yeah, there's actually a really easy one. That's the rough way. You know, he's just like, takes a wrench and like slams it against the wall a bit. It looks really stupid and like he's just banging a wall. But eventually, like, some of the gears start to like, and there's like a door and there's like elevator shafts and things, and he's just like, it's really quick. Maybe a bit small for big people, but you know.
I'm not a halfling. It's easy for me to squeeze in there.
I'm in the
Oh yeah, for you, but You big friends? Maybe not.
Yeah,
Are you-
We're all gone.
we'll.
He's like, I'm just saying, if you guys do make it back, I can undo the other door too. There's a trick to it, just have to know the right gears.
Right.
Do a little basic theory.
Okay.
Not all heroes wear capes,
We'll keep an eye out
Magnus.
for us. We might be back here, and we might even start the pool of oil in the cave.
Good luck. If you don't come back in a few days, I'm gonna close it though. Kind of spooky hands. Don't want those in my house.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you there. All right, we'll take care. Thanks for the orb. I'll be seeing you around.
All right. He kind of
Finger guns.
Yeah, he kind of takes that and he gives you the good old like, go do this thing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we'll do the thing. All right, and
But he does seem actually concerned about Hugh.
yeah, we're concerned about him too.
After all, I mean,
He was like his research assistant or something, wasn't he? Or at least he knew him really well.
yeah, they knew each other, especially since Radimir's his friend. There was a lot of people that knew each other there. There's probably some sort of relationship of some kind.
Okay, so I'll head through the shaft.
All right. So you go over the elevator shaft. It slams around a lot. There's a lot of kunk, 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 kunk. And there's a lot of gears that you might get caught in if you're not smart and obviously a genius. And but you eventually get basically thrown out the front door, and it's not thrown, but you go out the front door with a very fast walk.
Okay.
So you're outside, and well, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna try and find where Warren went.
Where would you check?
Middle of town, maybe the inn. 'Cause
All right,
we got
you go back to the inn, and there's Warren.
I need to get my dog first. I left him up in the front, so I'd probably go back to the front of.
You were already in the front, and the dog was barking at the door because it can smell you.
Okay.
And so you
Can I read the dog? Can I check to see if I can ride him?
can roll to check and see if you can ride the
I'm
dog.
gonna
You remember the dog in time to be in the inn.
15 plus 1.
Yeah, that'll count.
Yay.
You managed to ride the dog again.
So that's another. So I'm at 2.5 of 3.
Yep.
Yay.
2.5 out of 3.
He's close.
So you ride back to the
What's my
inn.
riding mount?
Get some odd looks, but nothing too weird. And Warren is in the inn, but Warren has a blank stare.
Okay, never
And
mind.
it's just sort of like eating a bit, but it's just sort of staring into nothing.
So what else is new? Oh.
I'm sorry.
Did I still have a spa day? Did I still have a spa day?
Yeah, you had a spot day.
Okay, so you see Warren, and he's got like a nice outfit on, and he had a pipe at one point, and you see his nails have been done, and he's at like a bath, but like
I can't believe I
already,
recognize him as I walk in.
well, no, like already, like he's already got like chocolate from his day at Florentold under his nails again, and his hair is starting to, he's already got a twig in it, back in it somehow, so he looks like somebody tried to clean him up, but it just isn't sticking. He's still a hobo under the clothes. And blank, apparently.
Staring up, kind of blank at the wall.
Alright. So I'll probably walk around and be like, hello! Wave my hand in front of his face.
Alright, give me a wisdom saving throw, Anna. Warren.
Out of a d20?
Out of a d20.
Ooh, 2 plus my wisdom modifier is 5.
Yeah, you fail. So for a moment, you are absolutely unaware of this hand moving right in front of your face and all this noise. Nothing's happening, but you're seeing things. You're starting to see like things swim across the walls, and you're starting to hear small like whispers in your ears.
It's super relaxing spot.
And you,
What kind of spa is this, man?
well, she's in the inn now. Like Warren's in the inn now,
We went into the
and you feel like feel like, oh, I should get up and I should pick up my sword and I should stab the person to my right.
Okay.
Give me a charisma saving throw if you want to resist that, by the way.
No. So it would be a spear, because that's the... Either a spear or a great club. Probably the great club would be easier to use.
Well, whichever Warren would have on him after a spot.
So charisma would be 5.
You're absolutely fail. You get a chance to notice this and give me a dex saving throw, I guess. Just get what's going on and dodge.
Alright. That's a 20,
Just
not
my
nat.
version of getting grabbed by hands, anyway.
15 plus
Mysterious
5,
black
20.
hands.
20. You dodge just in time. This, I think it's the club.
It's a great
Just poof. Warren like swings the club at you and is just sort of gazing kind of through you with this empty dark eyes that are just slightly dripping with oil.
That's so creepy.
I'm gonna pull out that purple vial and try and splash it on him.
Exorcism.
I know, right? The power of Christ compels you.
Okay, well the small vial is incredibly pungent. There's an incredibly strong smell. It's basically like pomegranate and grapefruit, but it's like mixed, put with eucalyptus. It just kicks people right in the gut when you smell it. So, I mean, you roll a Constitution saving throw, but you get a roll Wisdom saving throw.
Come on! Okay, not this dice though.
And you do your con saving throw. 'Cause
I'm saying it again because this thing
it's
is.
just so brutally
19.
pungent.
That's much better.
Alright.
Okay.
You start
Nat
to like
20.
you start to come back from like wherever you were.
22.
Yeah, your eyes start to clear up and you're starting to see things and you're like, oh, that's Burl. And you're just like, I've got my great club, I'm in the inn, what? I was at a spa, it was great. That smell is the worst. What you roll?
Nat 20.
Nat 20? You were just like unfazed. The smell, you like this smell. You're just like, I love the smell of the most pungent medicine possible in the morning.
Oh, goodness.
I have a question. Does, oh shit, I forgot your name.
Warren.
Warren. Does Warren have, like, long hair?
Yeah.
Is it, like, braided right now from the spa?
With flowers.
Sure. Yeah.
Why?
It's a nice braid now, but it's already coming apart because I'm still a hobo.
Alright, and there you go. You're back to consciousness. Burl's in front of you who just dodged a blow from your great club, and it looks kind of like you did it, and you don't remember any of it. You're just holding a great club and looking at Burl, who looks like you just tried to kill her.
Or maybe
Put
standing
it in
back
an
a few
unfazed.
feet.
Put it in an unfazed way, like Burl.
Like, what in the heck happened to you after you got stuck behind that door?
I just got a spa. It's nothing to get freaked out about.
That club is nothing to get freaked out about. Yeah, I'm sure.
I had this put away. It's been polished. Do you like how it's been polished?
Oh, I don't want to
It's
see
really
it.
nice looking.
Don't want like to what's the word? First hand is the word I'm looking for. I don't want to.
Don't want first-hand experience.
Yeah, I don't need to see that thing up close, up that close.
I tried to give my cat a spa day, but he wasn't interested. Like, they tried the bath, but he was not having it, so he's under the table. He's mad at me.
Question really quick. They have a cat and a dog now. Do they fight at all?
That's what I want to know.
The dog is not going near the cat. The cat is very grumpy. The dog senses this and shows its incredibly high wisdom score. It stays outside the door and kind of just looks in every now and then and it's just like, no. It knows it's not supposed to go in the end. It's a very smart dog.
This is good.
So how were things behind the door after it got locked in my face?
Well, everybody decided to jump in the oil, and I kind of wanted to jump in the oil, but I didn't want to jump in without you, and I'll pull out the crystal orb thing.
I'm not jumping in any oil, heck no.
You're gonna jump in the oil. Everybody else is in there, and that's where Hugh is.
I just got my nails done. I've got nice clothes on for the first time in like 25 years.
Well, you picked a bad day to do that.
Oil is not touching that stuff. Why would you jump in a pool of it?
Because I just told you that's where Hugh is.
I mean, you guys do notice the innkeeper, like, people are gone. Like, you're alone in the inn.
You could just say Grog did it and that would explain everything.
The inn's just empty. And you didn't see anyone on your way back.
Yeah, the entire town is like deserted. We don't know what the heck's going on. This is crazy, but what's his name? Magnus that we were talking to knows about going through the oil and there's something down there and we need to figure it out. And I figured I wasn't going to jump in without you. Let's get everybody together. So we've got to go jump in a pool of oil.
Roll a persuasion check.
I love how she says that.
Just like, this is the stuff
That's a 21.
that has always been bad near Zine.
You have to roll against it if you're.
Are we gonna start like having each other do
I'm
checks? That's
resisting.
fun.
I think that
What do you
would
need
either
for?
be a
It's okay, I just rolled a 3. I'm like,
Yeah, go-
fine, let me get my old clothes back on. Do I remember when? Were people gone when I had my spa day?
No, people were there.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
did you just do a spa on yourself?
I mean, the town was a little bit less party, for a bit when you came back to the inn, but, it wasn't like you didn't see anything.
Okay, I have my grubby hobo clothes back on. Do you know where everybody went? I was smoking a pipe and now everybody's gone.
I haven't got a clue.
Oh.
And it really kind of worries me, and I think we better go through and figure this out real quick.
Is the innkeeper here?
No, I didn't see him.
Nobody's here.
I have some
Ain't
divine
nobody's here.
inspiration for you.
Okay.
You should try to find the townspeople.
Do you wanna... Should we look for somebody first before we go jumping into oil? Cause...
To have a whole town disappear.
Obviously, but I don't know. We're gonna be walking around wasting time. You guys are in the oil, and we don't want to split the group party for too long because we know what happens when we did that.
Just do a survival.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go outside and do like a perception check. But it's not a very good perception check. It's a 10.
You don't see anybody. You don't hear anything.
Okay, I'm gonna try an insight check. Oh, okay, well,
All of your dice hate you today.
yeah. That's only a 9, so probably the
I'll
same.
let you know this. That doesn't sound normal.
Well,
There's no sound, but it don't sound normal.
While she's doing all this checking around, I'm gonna hop on my dog and I'll be. And I'll just start heading off. We'll probably go to the caves. It'll be a lot easier to get through that than it would back through the crazy.
Wait, are you sure it'll lead to the same place?
Well, I remember Bogdan was saying that wherever the oil in the cave is where Hugh is.
Question, can you find
oil.
the pool of oil in the cave without me?
What do you mean?
Because I was the only. Are you going to the cave?
Different one, the first cave
Ingo.
with the
Oh, the
cultists.
first cave. Oh.
That pool.
The original we must go deeper
Okay.
joke.
Yeah.
The call, that was it. Okay. We shouldn't have any trouble finding that. We've been there before.
So you guys are gonna go look for the cave that you went to originally?
Yeah.
Well, before you get there, as you go through the town,
You find Diego.
the first well, the new well, is empty. It's a regular well. But as you hit the second, the old well, farther up near Radimir's mansion, as you approach that, you see this is where the people are. They are around this old well,
Interesting.
and they are all bowing.
Side quest complete.
Okay.
well.
Side quest?
I'll take a moment and just kind of hop off the dog and go up to the nearest person and just be like, what's going on over here? Everybody's out of the town.
They do not respond.
Do they have black? Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna check for.
Investigation?
I only metagame once. I
Yeah.
already did.
So 8 to check on their faces and see if they have the same effect that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that my eyeballs were dripping oil, except that I feel my cheeks feel weird.
Yeah.
You must have been crying.
You have clues about this before in your backstory, so you do know something about that kind of an effect.
I do know that it can be fatal, for sure.
You do. There is some of the black oil around them. You don't want to touch them very much, though, so you can't confirm anything.
Well, I'm gonna climb into a bunch of oil, so I touch them to inspect their faces.
Okay. As you reach down, you do feel lots of kind of oil just get on your hands, and yeah, interesting.
I love when he says that.
I know, right?
For just the briefest of moments, you feel like your back just crawl. There's just that shiver that you feel like someone's just behind you and just touching you again.
It's a good thing you rolled 21 on that persuasion check, because I'm less eager to get
I'm gonna
into
take that
this.
purple vial and go up to the well and dump it in there.
You do, but as you go up to the well, you notice it's empty.
Oh, poo. That's not good.
The well's completely dry all the way down
That's
into the
really,
darkness.
really not good. Okay.
I'm really tempted to go down this thing.
You do notice that around the old well there had been lots of sunflowers just growing naturally that they didn't remove because they're symbols of the goddess.
Right.
And the well's to the goddess. And you do notice their roots and their vines do go all the way down. You could probably use those to climb or anchor a rope to.
Yeah, well, let's see if we go down the whale. It sounds good to me.
Okay.
Alright, dog, you stay here. Don't get in any trouble.
Get into all the trouble. Okay, is it deeper than 50 feet?
There better be a side quest for this dog, by the way.
I can toss my rope down to test.
You can toss your rope down and the rope doesn't seem to hit the bottom.
It's more than 50 feet.
Do you have
Tie 2 ropes together? I've got a whip, but
You can absolutely tie 2 ropes together. You do and you throw it in and now you feel it touches the bottom.
Alright. Good luck, you guys. I'm more than eager to do something that does not involve climbing into any pools of stuff. Alright, do we have to do a climbing check, I assume?
Yeah, give me a climbing check. It's 100 feet of rope. So,
Alright, I assume that's athletics, and I got 21, so we're good.
you're fine.
I've got second story work, but I don't know. I know that means I can climb faster.
I'll let you roll with advantage because you are probably much more practiced at rope climbing than Warren.
6. Oh, yeah, taking the 18, which minus athletics, so that'll be 17.
Okay. You make it down fine as well. Just this long, terrifying climb into the darkness. And now we go to the other people.
Hey,
We're all dead.
We're all
You guys are in
Dead.
absolute darkness. You can tell each other are there though. You're together.
We're holding hands.
You're not probably holding hands. You're probably more in a pile, except for
And
Ku,
we discovered
who's
the
sort
real
of standing
magic is
upright.
friendship.
yeah.
Ku's actually fine. She's on her feet, but you two are kind of been pulled through in a rough way.
I'm upside down.
I'm probably like butt first.
Can I do perception?
You can absolutely roll it. You can see nothing physically. No matter how much dark vision you have, this darkness appears to not function like normal darkness. This is advanced darkness.
Whoa. I'm assuming I can't even see them.
You can feel them.
Oh,
You are in contact with them. You're all very close, and if you reach back, you can tell that the liquid's behind you.
Are you my conscience?
no.
So
Get up
Can we
already.
hear each other?
You can absolutely hear each other.
Guys.
Hey, so Ku, you're the resident expert on this stuff.
Resident expert. This is not what I saw when I went through the oil the last time.
You mean you saw something?
Yeah. I saw lots of stuff.
a lot of things.
Tell us a story.
Story time, we got time.
I'll tell you while we walk, which means you have to get up.
Oh, I can stand up.
Everyone can stand up.
Oh, I thought
If
it was
you
like...
want to.
You're just like, Greg is like sitting there like... You know, it's like
None of
when
us
somebody...
see it, but we can feel it.
It's like when somebody arrives on a strange planet and they don't know if they can breathe oxygen yet or not. And he's like, okay.
Okay. So can we walk and talk? And I tell them
Absolutely, you can walk and talk.
my whole adventure underground.
Spill the beans.
Ku's adventures underground.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys just... You're walking, there's actually only one major path. I mean, there are small, openings to each kind of side. You feel like you're in a hallway, but you can't see anything.
What would happen? I'm gonna cast light on my staff. Can I even, see my staff?
You can see the staff. It's a faint, pale glow.
It's like when you look at the sun through the,
Oh, even worse than that. It's like a glow stick that's just the
eclipse
outline of a
lights.
glow stick in the distance. It's just faint, but you can kind of make out corners slightly. So you can sort of see, and everyone with dark vision can sort of see where openings are, but nothing else.
Okay.
You can barely
Guys, you
notice
can
each
see
other,
me.
though. Your outlines are slightly illuminated.
Oh.
It's
thanks,
real
man.
dark.
Now we won't go crazy in the dark.
It turns out that I'm actually just a, what is it called? The anglerfish.
Okay. To entertain us as we walk, I will start playing Back in Black on my cowbell. Now imagine that.
Do we want to try to go through any of these hallways or just keep going towards...
I am fine with whichever. I'm fine with the right. Or the left.
Grog? You
Oh,
want to
am I
go
the
anywhere
am I the
but straight?
We must go deeper.
Okay. We'll just keep heading
That's what I
forward,
learned.
I guess. Are we like holding hands? Like it's cute?
If you wish to.
I'm okay.
Since I'm like the little kid in the middle of these giant hulking figures.
Can we do that one thing where we swing?
I think we should all the hands that we should like skip down the middle pathway.
You guys are just trying
Except for that, you're skipping so much higher than mine, so it's literally like she's just doing the
It's not that tall on a cavern. Are you sure you want to risk it? I mean, you two are pretty tall.
Well, it's like a leisurely skip. It's like Wizard of Oz, you know, where
That's
they're like
fair.
going down
Doing a monkey walk? I don't know that Hugh can do an effective monkey walk, but
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
You guys go through. There are, branching paths off. This seems like sort of a natural, kind of. It feels like a natural path, but it definitely doesn't work like a natural path. The branching paths are straight at 90-degree angles, and some of them go up, some will go down. There's no real concern for human up-down feelings. And you keep going. Up ahead, you start to hear this drip. Just occasionally, just more dripping as you keep going.
we must go deeper.
Right.
Hark.
You start to hear shifty kind of noises, and from one of the crevices, one of those hands just slithers out of it and kind of.
I give it a high five.
Oh, well, Q's gonna go like this in there too. No, stop.
Can I give it a high five?
Are you going to try to resist the small gnome trying to stop you?
Well, she's at knee level, so if he bends down, there's not much she can do about it.
And the hand is pretty low, so it's a ways down.
Okay.
It's a low five.
All right.
Low blow.
You go up like this, and it doesn't respond as it blindly gropes its way across the rock.
Not cool, bro. Not cool.
Come to think of it, hands
Don't leave me
were the
hanging.
big thing in the chest with the cultists, and there were the hands that were in the bowl of oil.
There were. That was good.
When there's also
Okay.
that mouth. So we got eaten by the oil. Like in the mouth and the murals.
Anyway, has this hand passed yet?
It's just popped out of the crevice and searching.
Okay.
Another one kind of takes a rock and kind of just plays with it a bit from another side, and there's little noises. But other than that, the hands aren't seeming to reach out towards you. They're
I probably
just
wouldn't notice any of this.
exploring.
Can I try and sneak past that?
You do have stealth.
Sure. Give me a stealth roll.
Would we all need to stealth?
Everyone would need to stealth, otherwise.
That's an 11. Like this, guys!
You're actually fine. You walk by and the hand doesn't respond.
Stealth is Grog's cup of tea.
Give it okay, what are you gonna do?
I got a
Hit
13.
them?
Girls made her way
I
around
tried
the
to give him a
hands.
high five and they left me hanging, so I'm a little huffy about
Yeah,
that.
the
I'm
other
just gonna
one.
keep walking.
I
I'm gonna
can see Q
I'm sorry, there's
be
a lot of
like,
names.
be careful. And then,
I'm gonna storm past them because I'm in a huff because they did not high five me back.
Okay. You stomp by.
I know!
Like making lots of noise.
Okay.
Like stomping.
All right.
Yeah.
You stomp right on by. One of the hands kind of flails in your direction
Okay.
and just sort of grabs where you were.
Okay.
But you can tell they're not really aware of where you are.
It's okay.
They cannot see you, and they can't really sense you very well.
Okay.
Well, I'm guessing we keep going?
Oh yeah, that's the only way to go.
All right.
Well, technically, there's all of these paths on the other sides,
But
Yeah, that hands are coming out of.
but that hands are coming out of, so probably not. I wonder if there are portals to other places on Earth.
whoa. Mind blown. Like
What
literally,
if this is like
Grog's
a
head
portal,
explodes a little bit.
Like
Just a tiny bit.
portal
Yeah.
hall?
Yeah, where there's more portals to more places.
Okay. Wow, this is
Maybe we'll see
intense.
maybe we'll see
Someone else come.
Guys, if we get too philosophical, Grog's gonna have to sit down and think this one out. So
Let's keep going.
I think we need to keep going.
I love how Brock says it's like, if we get too far, I'm gonna have to sit down and think, let's keep going.
Whoa. My one weakness, intelligent thought.
It's just funny because my character has so tiny.
You guys keep going down these hallways. There's a couple hands. You accidentally step on one once, and it kind of like writhes and kind of like retreats. Like it was actually a rather small hand, though, almost child-sized.
Poor thing.
And so didn't seem very threatening, and more just sad that you stepped on it. In the dark where you could barely see.
I'm so sorry. Wait, who stepped on it?
I did.
Okay, then.
Somebody did. It's hard to tell.
If it was me, she'd be like, I'm so sorry.
Not me.
All right.
Me.
And you keep going, and it starts to descend downward, and it gets slippery now. Like the rock is just, and there's less openings on the floor anymore because it seems like there's a path, a slide, a chute that goes down.
Let's slide.
You guys are going down it?
Yeah, let's ride.
All right. If you're gonna walk, then you need to make a challenge. But if you're gonna slide, you don't have to challenge anything.
Sliding.
Sure.
I go in
You can't
front
control
of...
your momentum, so.
Well, I'm
gonna
go...
do a performance check to see how well I slide.
Yeah, can I go like the child rider type things, like right between his legs?
Ooh.
Sure.
I'm gonna do an athletics
Mine's a
check to be
14.
as athletic as possible live.
For performance?
Yeah.
But
wanna
you try
see
to
what my
pose and
performance
do cowabunga man, like surfer dude stuff.
Yeah, something along those
Mine's
lines.
12.
I mean, I just figured, I'm just going with one thing. Right,
I just have to use my athletics
Well, my
bonus
performance
for
is
something,
2,
right?
Yeah.
so...
I have more performance
It's a
than
12.
you.
Yes, but I
It's not really
definitely
good
have more
enough, but you
persuasion.
kind of make some arm motions and you kind of do some slidey things, but eventually you're on your butt.
Is it one of those
Both
things
me
where
and him got 14
you start
in the
surfing and then you start
We
falling?
pretend to pose for
You didn't
camera.
go bad enough for that. Instead of that, you just sort of you're surfing and then and you're just back on your rear, but you kind of have the arms in the position still, so it's kind of good.
That's okay. Me and
It's
Nakia are
still a
posing
pose.
like there's a camera. And splash on.
All right.
Totally
It takes a sheer, almost 100-foot chute down, and you guys are going incredibly fast now. And then there's no slide. You slam out of that and just get launched into a pool that you can't really tell, and you just go, psh, you're in.
Into the pool.
You're in a pool, yeah, you're about 10 feet into a pool.
I think before we,
Of dark
right when the
liquid, you
slide
can't see
disappears,
through
Stu's
very
like, shoot! And
would
grabs
like
onto Nakia's leg or something.
On
I
the
would
way
like
down,
to-
I would probably be like, oh yeah, imagine if there's water at the end of this. Imagine this is like a water slide.
Sharp rocks at the bottom? Most likely.
I would like to
Bring it on!
I would like to take this moment to remind the group that Nakia has spider climb abilities.
I do.
But he has to.
Okay,
be
so
next to a
we're
wall
in the
for it to
water
work.
now.
He also has to cast a spell. You guys are in liquid,
We're
yeah.
in liquid.
It's kind of hard
Is it
to
just-
speak a spell.
Is your spell concentration?
I don't suppose. No, it's not.
He casts light on his staff
Oh,
to
that's
give you any sight at all.
Yeah, it's not concentration.
And in this liquid, there is a million refractions, thin lines and patterns. It's kind of odd. There's strings in the liquid, and they kind of wiggle and move, but they're just lines of color.
Can we see the bottom of the pool?
You can't. It just goes on. Just goes dark.
Can I make perception to see if there's an outcropping or anything to?
Well, if you want to swim up to the surface again.
Yes.
Yeah, I assume you guys all swam back to the surface. And you're kind of dripping. It's really heavy. This liquid does feel very thick.
Viscous.
And there is
The oil.
an outcropping.
That's what I'm thinking.
There's an outcropping. In fact,
Is it the same outcropping?
it's the same outcropping.
Shoot! I'm like, I know this place.
You know this. You know this.
I know this place.
I know this place, and I've seen that foot. Yeah.
I know that face and I know that foot.
Yes. So we're swimming to the outcropping, probably.
If you
Who's
want.
gonna be wide to the
Ku
outcropping?
does. Ku makes it to the outcropping, climbs on with a bit more haste than perhaps is safe.
Wait, but
'Cause
was
it's slick.
there anything that tried to grab me or anything?
There wasn't really.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. We're on the outcropping.
All right, you guys crawl onto this kind of sort of slightly sloped rock that's a bit slick with kind of this liquid, and you think it's the oil. It could just be water. I mean, it's dark, and who knows about cave water? Probably not you guys.
Would you like me to make an insight check on that?
Maybe a nature check.
Survival.
My survival sucks so many.
I'll make a survival check.
I can make a survival check. I'm
Let's all
better
just
than you.
because. Yeah,
Well,
no,
weird.
mine's only 10.
Mine was 15.
20.
Oh, okay. You rolled 20. You would know that this isn't normal cave behavior. You have enough experience with cave survival, cave like dealing. This is not water, and you know that's not water because you know cave water. You are intimately familiar.
See, this is good because this is the first time I've had to use survival the whole time. It's one of my best skills.
It's like I planned it that way.
Okay.
Anyway,
Any other visible like instances?
there are two openings.
Okay.
One that's sort of a small, kind of cracked hole thing, and then one that's you would recognize. They are the same shaped holes. One is larger, sort of a doorway. It would be much easier to bring your friends into the large one. Small one's a bit small for Nakia, who's 9 foot tall and a Goliath.
I'm probably gonna
Lead
say
on.
I went through that, but I didn't go through the big doors.
What's,
You guys probably couldn't fit into
what's
that.
through the little door?
I mean the hole.
Little hole. Oh, is there like a little door?
No.
Oh.
It looks like a crack in the wall.
Okay.
I think
Let's
I
go
could
through the big
fit.
door then.
I think I could fit in the small one. I just need a
This
bit
door
of a
looks
push.
like it was meant for us, so let's go through the big door.
Yeah.
They built it for us.
And I didn't go there before, so if Hugh's down there, then
I've seen plenty of these movies, and we could just be royalty here. You never know.
Yeah,
You mean place?
possibly.
I would love to go down that.
As you do,
that
you do
crack
see
again.
hands do crawl out of the small one a bit.
Just kidding.
Big
It's just
one.
gonna
These
be
are
like.
all small hands as well. They're very young, childlike hands.
That makes them somehow a little
Can
creepier.
I like do an insight check on them?
What are you trying to get an insight of? Like the hand, is it hand friendly? Is hand not friendly? Like, what are you trying to get insight on?
Like either if they're friendly or if they're like familiar to me, I guess.
Yeah, give it.
Okay.
I'll let you do that with no modifiers, just a flat, kind of insight.
That's 11 flat.
Okay. You're not really sure. They're just spooky hands in the dark. You're just like, I've seen a lot of these. They don't look super familiar. They're missing the mouths on the bottom that you were used to, and that's a thing.
There's mouths on these hands?
Not on these ones.
Yeah, I didn't
But the ones
realize there were
she-
mouths on my
The ones that were grabbing you in the pool.
I didn't realize
oh,
they had
heavens.
mouths. Cool.
See, you need
makes
to
it
listen to
even
one of our
creepier.
descriptions. They are very
Oh,
creepy.
that's scary.
Wait, so
Okay.
when they were like, no, come back, that was the little mouths on them?
This is weird.
Maybe
Okay.
those are just eating mouths.
Grog's just gonna go
Well,
open the
anyway.
door.
Yeah, if they're
'Cause
blocking
there's
the
obviously
entrance
clearly-
and they're like,
They're not really
PTSD.
blocking it. They're just sort of hanging in it and kind of in it as well. They're
That's
not
even
blocking
worse.
still like PTSD, she's like,
He'll,
maybe I'll come back.
Hands bad, door good.
Grog will turn to the camera and he'll say, I know a railroad when I see one. Let's go through this door.
You-
You'd be like, I think I can fit.
Break through the fourth wall there a little bit. And then
You stop mocking me.
We're going
You
through the
make
door.
the choices. This has been set up for years, man.
we're going through the door.
I can't believe I'm back
This is
to
just-
the place I was before.
Door.
All right. You guys go into the big door?
Deja vu.
Okay. Who's going first?
Me.
I'm
All right.
behind him.
And then Nakia's last. Nakia
guess
has
so.
the
Not
light.
the light man.
I'm a hardy fool.
Wait, why aren't you in front?
Well, we can't really see with the light, right?
You can see
I
at
have
all.
dark vision anyway.
That's what the light does. It casts a slight outline on everything
also,
in the
I
room.
have twice the HP.
That's
he
why
does,
the
by the way.
liquid. You notice when you left the liquid
I
down,
still only have
the colors and lines were there only because of your staff being lit up.
So there's still these lines outside of the water.
Yeah, they kind of dance on the surface and they kind of stick around the edges of things and edges of people. You still can't see each other's faces, by the way. Only the outlines of each other.
Okay, so what's through the door, or can we get through the door? Is it locked or anything?
The door, it's not like wood. It's just a doorway. Just a
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no door.
yes.
Through the doorway.
Well, who's going first?
That's
Is it
what I said.
Nakia or
I'm
you?
going first.
I'm going first. Yeah.
I'm in the middle.
Hey, I'm going first.
Because I only have
Okay.
18 each.
Well, there's no light in front of it because there's 2 people in the way. Sorry about that. You walk blindly into the next room, and I mean, Nakia sees a lot of stuff in the back, but it's just more cave. And you guys enter into a sort of a larger kind of room, but you can't see anything in it until Nakia comes out. And you're 100% aware, Yella, of them entering the room.
It's the final boss.
And now we're going to
Roll
Warren
initiative.
and Burl.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so we reached the bottom of the well.
You guys reach the bottom of this well, and it's sort of flat. There's a bed of rock, you know, sort of like assorted rocks for the groundwater to be filtered up through. And there's also sort of an archway made of stone.
It's like the well
The
in
bottom of the well from
Majora's
There are symbols, there are letters all along this archway. This thing is so heavily written on, it's like,
What are the letters written in?
what do you know?
I know Common and Halfling and Gnomish.
You wouldn't know these.
I can add in dwarf and elvish.
You would know these.
Yay.
These are written entirely in Dwarvish.
Okay.
They are many, and they are very small, but as you get up close, and I assume you're going to make a light source of some kind.
I do have torches, so I can go ahead and grab one of those out and light them and peer it. I think.
Okay, you do, and it's talking about the vial. It talks about the Order of the Red Oath, and it talks about, you know, the seal, the barrier, you know, the price of Brunn.
I changed my mind. We should not be down here, and we should not mess with this thing. We should definitely climb back out of here.
I'm ignoring her, and I'll pull out the little orb thing that Magnus gave me and be like, alright, lucky orb, let's go! And I walk through the archway.
Alright. She's walking into the darkness with no ability to see past your torch.
This might be where the vial has been sealed. We shouldn't mess with this thing.
Oh well.
You go
Keep
ahead.
going.
I ain't going. This is silly. I thought you were worried about the people in the pool.
Yeah, worried about maybe there's a pool down here. This is pretty deep. We're supposed to go deeper.
Alright, but if we run into anything that looks like a seal, don't touch it.
No promises.
You are just. What's the word?
They don't call me crazy girl for nothing.
Irrepressible? One of those.
Encourageable.
Maybe that's it, yeah. Okay, alright, fine, we're walking.
Alright. You go further in. You it's pretty well carved. The bricks are solidly laid. Nothing is out of place. This is a flawless, just sort of straight hallway of stone. You know, it's just built to maintain its weight. It doesn't look like it's aged a day since it's been laid in any way. And then you see there are stairs up ahead. Just stone steps that are, you know,
Presume going down.
going down. Pretty steep, but nothing like too steep. Just they go down into the darkness, and there are no torch lights. There's nothing. It's just stairs into the abyss.
Anything that a 13 perception can see as we go down these stairs?
You can. There are slight traces of dark liquid.
Oh, that's great.
Small puddles and small little like drips coming as if there used to be liquid here. You would recognize the smell. The smell seems very familiar to you, Warren.
Just me, not her?
Yeah. This smell smells very... It smells like home.
Smelly smell.
Yeah. It smells like home for some reason. What does it smell like to her? Is it dank smelling? Is it
I don't smell anything.
oily smelling?
Burl doesn't smell that.
I don't smell anything.
In fact, Burl just smells like hydrogen, like water. Like it's just rained.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to be water down here. It's not no more.
Interesting. I presume the cat is like going or whatever.
The cat's actually following you from the very edge of your light, just like giving you this look like, I'm not going to stand next to you. I have to follow you, but I'm not liking it.
He's like, he's ready to ditch it at any second. He can see in the dark, he can be fine. Alright, we carry on.
Alright, you guys go down the stairs. You begin to hear kind of soft words. Sort of a chant. Just going on, just soft rhythmic noises that sound like speech, but that is not in the speech either of you know.
Am I gonna get possessed again?
Technically, we've already been, both of us have already been down that road, so what have we got to lose? Okay, so we don't recognize it. Insight checks.
Nope.
Okay.
As you do advance further, you do see kind of one of these hands that is sliding back down the stairs, just all the way
Everything
back.
about this says that this is something we should approach with all of our people with us. This is an awfully long and ominous tunnel. Also, it smells like home to me, and that's a bad sign.
What if there's oil down here?
What if there's something big and something requiring 5 people to kill down here?
If you want to check, I can let you roll an investigation check on the liquid.
That's another nat 20.
Nat 20? Mm-hmm. It's oil. All that liquid? That's oil. The
But
smell?
Is it
Smells like normal water to you.
big
but,
enough for us to go through?
Not for a portal, but where there was a bunch of liquid, there's probably more oil farther down. It seems to get slightly more wet.
We must go deeper.
Yeah, we gotta go deeper. I just keep going.
It's like there's a theme.
Alright. We carry on.
Alright, you guys carry on. The chanting gets louder, but not a more aggressive louder, but it starts to echo and the walls start to vibrate just a little bit. It seems to shake the air that you're in. It seems to shake you.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
And you see 100 feet down this big dark arch up ahead and pitch darkness beyond that.
My torch doesn't illuminate the area.
This is 100 feet away. You're seeing this up ahead, and you see that hand slither towards that.
Interesting. Can I just watch the hands?
You do. You can totally sit there and watch the hand as it goes all the way back, and then it just slips into the doorway, and it's gone.
Alright.
No sound.
Well, I'm going to that.
Okay. What's in the doorway?
Okay, you guys walk all the way to the doorway, and you, kind of as you enter in, there's a big old round circle, and there's kind of this staircase that just seems to lead all the way down the walls, down this big dark circle pit that goes even deeper, and it's just straight down now.
It would be much quicker just to go to the cave at this point. That's a lot.
There are actual symbols on the walls here. They're very simple, but they all make out certain shapes you're familiar with, shapes of mouths, shapes of kind of spirals, shapes of skulls. Very classic things you're well used to by now. Mm-hmm. Like the temple that you were in.
And this just goes much, much deeper, way much deeper.
There are some big old kind of black gemstones pressed into the wall as well. Mm-hmm. They look like they'd be worth a lot if you could pry them out, but they look pretty solidly put in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure they're in there for a reason, and I don't want to go messing with them.
I'm gonna go back to the cave, and we can check this out when everybody's here, is my theory.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one.
Alright.
As you try to, the door behind you, the doorway, just begins to drip. And there's this sheet of oil that's very thin that just goes behind you.
Well then,
Guess we're going deeper.
I'm gonna try going through the sheet.
You guys go down the...
No, I'm going at the sheet
Okay.
of oil. I'm sticking my great club in. What happens to it?
It gets coated in oil when you bring it back.
I'm going to... Alright, you said everybody walked into a pool of oil and you're pretty sure they're still alive.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. They've been gone for a while.
This seems like a much shorter way to pass into whatever
She would have felt a
realm that
disturbance
is.
in the force if he had died.
I'm going in. Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll look at my orb thing that Magnus gave me and be like, what do you think? Should I
The
go?
orb begins to glow a soft, like, blue color.
I hold
That's
it
different.
towards the stairway that goes down.
It grows a little brighter.
And if I hold it to where the oil sheet is.
It grows a little darker.
Okay. Well, we're going down.
Alright.
Okay. You
Alright.
guys...
Well, let's roll persuasion checks, and whichever one is higher, we'll do.
I am going to exercise my agency and just go down the stairs whether you're coming or not.
Fine. I'm walking through the oil.
I guess we're splitting paths.
Alright, you walk down the stairs. It's a
Trying
long
to
way
join
down.
the group.
But nothing seems to happen on the way down. You seem fine. Warren, as you try to go through this just wall of oil, you go in, and it doesn't end. You're walking through liquid, and you keep walking through liquid, and you keep walking through liquid, and you keep walking through liquid, and it's starting to get hard to breathe.
I'm surprised I was breathing at all. I thought we were holding our breath through the liquid.
What are you gonna do? You're struggling now. You know you can't probably continue like this. But are you gonna keep going in this liquid, or are you gonna try to get back to somewhere you can breathe?
Yeah, I better go back.
I mean, what would Warren do? That's what I want to know.
Part of Warren wants to continue because he's tired of being pushed around by a child. I am the senior here, but also, he's not stupid, and he doesn't want to die ever.
That sounds like a smart thing.
And, like, she said that they went in and didn't die, so perhaps there's something wrong with this portal. We depart the portal and go, and we're really gross. And there goes all my spotting.
Oh no, poor Warren. Coated in oil. But, on a plus side, you begin to see visions.
Alright.
You begin to see horrifying visions. Visions of the death of the heavens. You begin to see the sun pulled into this dark abyss and crushed by these black hands. You begin to see, like, angels ripped apart by, like, dark forces, and you begin to see these things swell up from the abyss and begin to coil over the dark surface of the earth. And then you're suddenly there, sitting in front of this great pit. Back where you were before, with the stairwell. It goes all the way down.
Okay.
Hey, you got visions from it. It's not total loss.
No, that just made it all slightly worse. And greasy, and I some horrifying things in my brain now. Thanks.
That was a good word picture, by the way. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We go to you guys as you enter the room. The large, kind of new chamber.
Okay.
And Yalla, you are 100% aware of these people entering this room. You stand right beside your son. Right beside an altar. Right beside Hugh. And right beside this great pool of black oil.
I feel like there were a lot of revelations in that. So she's next to her son.
Do we I know, do we recognize her?
You can't even see
Wait,
it.
you can't see.
Oh, we can't.
Oh,
We don't
then what
even
am I
know.
doing?
So
Yeah,
Hugh's on an
We don't know
altar, her
nothing.
son is standing by
You don't
the
know,
altar.
don't worry about it.
He was on the altar.
He was on the altar.
You're
And
by
I'm
the
next to my
altar?
son. Okay.
What's his name?
His name is I forget what's his
Jeff.
I forgot my son's name.
His name.
He's kind of a letdown son, you know, the one you don't. It's easy to forget.
Draft
Well,
Society is very
maybe it's because he's been dead so long.
I beg your pardon?
R10 or something.
Arton.
Yeah, I think it's Arton.
It's like Martin, but without the end.
We don't like M's here.
No, it was-
Arthonin. Yeah, that's what you named
It's
it.
because
Arthonin.
I have your text.
I was gonna look at
Arthonin, huh?
Sorry, I asked her to make this character for me.
Okay. Cool.
Love it.
I do weird things. I'm a weird guy.
We're all weird.
You see them entering the room, and they're not aware, but you can do something now if you wish.
Okay, so they're.
They're coming
Coming
towards
up
you.
to
You
me.
can see them. You are uninhibited by this darkness.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't hit a
She's
guy.
the only.
So I'm gonna go behind because what's your name? Nakia
Nokia.
is behind, and I want to stealthily, just like get on his back and stun him. Punch him.
Make a
That's not
stealth
surprising
check.
since it's a drow.
Make a
Wait,
stealth
that
check.
was a good drug. Stealth check.
Stealth check.
Oh,
Yeah, roll d20.
I rolled a 3, so you just gotta beat a 3.
13 plus.
Wait, would I have advantage since she's getting on me?
She did do it as a
Crawl
like
over back.
She doesn't actually have to
17.
climb you. She just has to hit you.
That's true.
17.
17. That'll do it for against a 3. You sneak around absolutely silently as they file in, and they begin to see outlines of people up ahead. You're behind them by the time they start to see things, and they're starting to focus on things up ahead. They see this vague shape of a person and a vague shape of an altar,
Guys, there's somebody over there.
and then you can make your strike.
Okay, so I make my
people.
strike. I punch him super hard, and that does how much damage?
Give me a roll.
D4 plus
D4?
I'm so terrified.
No, wait.
of this.
Wait, she has to roll
That's
to
a
hit,
dagger.
right?
The fists are different.
Not for a monk.
Doesn't she have to roll to hit?
Monks get a roll d4 instead of just using your strength modifier.
Yep.
Monks are broken.
I'm so stupid.
And then you add 2, I think, because she'd still get
So much
proficiency,
of
right?
the fun.
She's level 6, so she gets proficiency 3.
That's a
So
3.
this is 3.
Okay, plus 3 for your proficiency, plus your dexterity bonus, which is
Plus 3.
so
I
9.
feel like we're so screwed.
9.
She's our final boss.
I'm gonna do Stone's Endurance as a reaction.
Does he get
You don't know
react
yet.
yet?
Yeah, she's
Well,
good.
like,
Wait, because I want to do that. Punch him, 9 damage points, and then I want to use a key point and stun him.
All right, can you do that? Like, is it just use a key point to stun effect on that attack?
Well, I stun him until his next turn.
Okay, so she does that, and
so I cannot take a reaction.
you can't take a reaction until your next turn.
That's dumb.
That's the point of stunning. And she strikes you from behind. You feel this incredibly painful just smack into the back of your spine.
It's
And
so
your
quiet,
body just
though.
kind of goes numb for a moment, and you just almost like collapse. For like a moment, you're just like reeling forward, and you're just seize up. You can barely speak, but you might be able to say something. You might moan out something.
Ouch!
What's
Can
wrong?
I do something to like make him quiet and hide him?
I
Wait,
weigh.
did he actually like fall?
I
He
weigh
hasn't
almost
fallen yet.
400 pounds.
His whole body's just rigor mortis, just stiff as a board.
But he is a
Because
400
it's just gonna be a problem if he falls forward since I'm right behind.
No, he's not falling forward, but if he stayed there for like a minute, he would definitely just.
So yeah, say something helpful.
He's just stunned for like 6 seconds, like.
Okay.
You know, it's a little ways, but he did take 9 points of damage.
Which is like half his hit points.
Oh,
Yep.
poor guy.
And
Um,
I'm at 8 HP now.
You're a
It's hard to silence him because he's so tall, and climbing him would have taken another action of stuff that you don't have.
Okay.
But it just plays out like this Metal Gear
Sure.
Solid sequence where she's like does that neck break that inexplicably makes them unconscious instead of dead, and just drags him into a locker and puts him
And
in
then,
the
like, she jumps by.
Z's over his head. And
And then she jumps inside a
Like, this
cardboard
is
box
not
and no one can see her.
Yola assassinates the world. This is a different story.
That's what I'm terrified of, is that she's just gonna assassinate
Well,
all
he
of
did
us.
manage to make some kind of noise, and he is the light source, so you do notice the light move.
So would we respond
respond.
Yeah, can I, like...
You see this outline of a person that's just behind Nakia, sort of. It's kind of hard to see.
Okay. Can I... I want to try and hide. I just don't know if I can.
Quick, crawl under Nakia's falling body.
I feel like that's a bad decision. I'm a very small creature and I would be
Wait
crushed.
until he's on the floor and then crawl under.
So they've just heard him just moan.
They've heard him make a very weird noise, yeah.
So
And we
why don't
see
you just-
see an outline of a person, right?
So you see everything as if it was broad day,
Yeah.
Jenny, but they see only outlines.
Right.
Hey, you with the ambiguous features.
Can I try and hide behind the altar?
There's a person next to the altar, you're aware of that. And you also know there's a giant pool thing that you're starting to see behind it. You don't know if there's actually an end. It might be a lake, for all you know.
Yeah, I feel like we should get started on that.
I'm just like, I just want to hide. I just don't know anywhere that I can hide.
I guess you could hide behind me, but
I'm gonna try and hide behind Grog.
Here's one for you, so you can start
You can
crying.
absolutely try to hide behind Grog. Give me a stealth check.
Please don't die, Nakia. Nat 20!
Oh!
I like disappear!
You're just like this, Grog?
She like curls up inside my shield, like.
Yeah, she basically just vanishes.
Okay.
Just hops. She kind of like does this little dart maneuver, kind of next to Grog, and then suddenly it's just like where she went. Like even for you, this is difficult to find.
And
That's
jumps
just
into the realm of stealth.
you're not sure where she went.
Okay, so are we rolling initiative or what?
Not yet.
you should.
And I'm gonna, then I would, I mean, Grog hasn't hasn't responded yet, but he would, like, he's already got his warhammer out and try and smash the person.
The person in front? Or the
Why?
person
You don't
behind?
even know what's happening.
There's an ambiguous person, and he just started gurgling, and Grog,
You just made a small
It seems like a smashable thing.
No, right? I mean, Grog would smash anything.
True to
So.
character, true to character,
Yes,
Grog
you
is gonna
would.
smash it.
Okay.
I'm gonna wreck it.
I just
Oh,
assume
what?
right now
Wrong-
that
wrong
Q's
character.
like hiding behind your back, like
Oh dear, people are people. All right, you're gonna make the attack on
Yeah.
the person behind or the person in front.
Well, I can see their rough silhouette, right?
Yes.
Okay, the person in front looks like a tiny person.
The person in front, actually, there's a small person on an altar, maybe. It's an outline on an altar. And then there's a pretty tall person. Actually,
No,
taller than the person in the back.
This would be a reflexive move against, like, the person attacking.
Okay,
Person.
if that's what you want, that's
Yes,
what we'll do.
that's what it would
Please
be.
don't hit
altar,
Alright.
child,
You,
and she's hiding
absolutely
in
can
his
roll.
shield
Roll,
somehow.
roll the hit, and everybody roll initiative after that.
Turned around.
Okay.
So I just gotta resolve the reaction turn.
I do not hit.
Alright.
Should I roll initiative? Should we all roll initiative?
Yeah.
Everyone roll initiative, please.
Except for you guys, right?
Yeah, the two of us aren't here.
Okay.
9.
It's such a bad idea.
We're going a different kind of deeper.
Yeah.
You're the skull
Hopefully one that'll
crossbows.
get us to
Was that 9 with your modifiers?
Yes.
I had 14.
This is your.
So we got, Ku's got a 14. Grog's got a
Ku,
10.
Grog, me,
Naki's got a 9.
and you are first.
So-
Y'all is first.
None
Well,
of
she
us,
did get advantage, so.
none of us are, looking super hot right now.
It's the order, generally. Alright. Y'all, what are you gonna do?
Tell you edit it out.
So I know that Grog is really dumb.
Whoa, whoa! the emotional damage is already starting, guys.
Actually, he's got a pretty good intelligence.
What? I thought your intelligence
No, my
was low.
intelligence is really bad, but my wisdom's really high.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
Whatever
What
that
does
means.
that mean?
Your common sense is high.
I have lots of common sense, but very little brains.
Not that you have to use it, but you have it as an option.
Well, I want to like trick him into hitting Nakia.
Okay, give me a persuasion check. Because frankly, that's the only way you manage to perform something.
Grog's like, okay, I'm listening, but persuade me.
just wanna.
Deception?
I think you need a special kind of spell to brainwash him to do that.
It's not
Yeah.
necessarily
Is it a deception
that,
check?
but it's trying to
Like, what if he's like
But she,
going to hit me, and then I just.
Okay, that would be
Move
deception.
and-
Roll deception.
she
then.
could be like,
Just roll
like
D20
hiding
and,
behind him.
Yeah, that would be deception still.
Yeah.
Dang it!
The idea is to convince you to keep swinging.
What'd you get?
I got 4 plus whatever. I think I got 6.
She has 6 total.
Yeah.
So is it like a contest? Do I have to roll against that or what?
Yeah, you have to roll against it.
What do I roll with?
Roll your wisdom.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw.
13, so I...
Yeah, you're fine. You know, you kind of just stop. You don't hit Nakia, because you're just like, I'm not that bad. I'm good at smashing.
Yeah.
You saved me.
No, the luck of the dice saved you, but that's okay.
Oh.
but for the
that
dice,
your-
I would be hitting you.
Was that your turn? That was your action?
Wait, that was one action, and I get another action.
Yeah, that was your reaction, I guess, to his last thing. So you get your action and your bonus action then.
Okay, so.
Wow.
I'm going to go after. I'm just gonna try to kill Nakia. Go after Nakia and hit him again
She's
and
ruthless, man.
do another key point for the Fury of Blows.
How many key points do you have?
6.
Oh, that's right.
Okay,
you
so-
level.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my protection ability to impose disadvantage.
Yep, you're within 5 feet, I guess. You can do it.
So basically, like kind
You have to roll
of
twice then,
use my shield to try
Jimmy,
and
and take
protect
the
him.
lowest, because
That-
he's disadvantaging you.
And I'm assuming that I am stunned.
Using that one?
I got a 2!
Oh, that's not that bad. It's not a natural
Not a one.
It's not a crit fail, man. Those get
It could always be worse.
One's the worst.
Even
Well-
if it's a that one, you could roll it again. Like,
That's true.
it could always be worse.
What does this mean?
This means that,
You don't hit.
you miss. Your Flurry of Blows goes around him, but mostly because Grog manages to kind of
Wait,
shove Naki.
If I miss hitting him, then I don't even do the Fury of Blows.
Yeah.
I'll let you not use the key point, but your Flurry of Blows misses.
So it was like I shoved him out of the way with my shield.
And then he just kind of like
and
kept
just
you
kind
from
of
doing the
missed it.
blows because he has a shield and it's hard to punch a shield.
And I'm assuming that I'm
Not
still
so-
stunned until it's my turn,
Not
right?
so dumb now, am I?
You're stunned until the end of your until your turn.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You can't do anything.
Okay.
Well,
All right, next person's turn.
cool.
After-
Me, I believe.
Yep, cool.
Since Ku is right next to the skull and crossbones. Okay, I'm gonna try a thing. I'm gonna try and cast Charm Person on you. So you have to do a Wisdom saving throw. It says with advantage if being attacked. I'm assuming that means that she does get advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets advantage against it. So
I'm going to use my
roll
protection to
d20
impose
twice,
disadvantage.
and you get advantage. Take the best roll.
9.
Okay, that's
And it's
9.
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom saving throw. So this wisdom bonus, whatever that is.
11.
11? Is that not good enough?
What's your DC?
My DC is 14.
Oh, she got him. Got her.
So what does Charm Person do?
Okay, Charm Person. Attempt to charm a humanoid seen within range. Failed. It is charmed until spell ends, or you or friends do anything harmful to it. Regards you as friendly acquaintance. When spell ends, creature knows it was charmed.
Okay, this will work out very
You think I'm your friend. You think we're your friends.
You start to, you're just like, oh yeah, this is your friend. Cool.
I literally don't care. I'm a drow.
Well,
That's not entirely true, especially based on what you've told me. But
Charm Person, yeah.
the point is,
You see them as
you
friends.
start to feel very conflicted about what you're
It's
doing.
a spell that makes you feel.
It's a weird feeling. You're not really sure. You can tell there's magic involved, but it's hard to care. And you're feeling very torn now because you have 2 things that you need to do now, and you're just like, which one do I do?
They don't know that they were charmed until the spell ends.
She knows a spell was cast on her.
It's true.
I mean, there's probably light source, and she saw you do it.
It just says when the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed.
She will know it's charmed when it ends, but she doesn't care now. She just knows it happened.
Yeah, so maybe she like knows that the spell happened, but she's still like.
It won't factor her
friend,
decisions
she doesn't
until
realize
the spell ends.
Like when
Okay.
you're drugged.
Or something
Maybe,
worse.
I don't know.
Cool.
Alright.
And then I make sure to tell Grog, I'm like, Grog, don't hit her. She's charmed. She thinks we're friendly. Don't hit her.
Are you sure? I mean, that's kind of overt. I mean, she might actually be like,
It's so.
Probably more like, don't hit her. We're friends. Don't hit her.
It's so
cool, that'll
tempting.
work.
Though. It's so tempting though.
If Grog doesn't hit her, that's great. Next person's turn, then?
It's Grog.
Grog, make your move. Do you not hit her, or do you hit her?
Oh, this is so hard. This is the hardest
What would
thing.
Grog do?
It's the hardest thing Grog's ever done.
She's like begging you. Crew's like begging, please.
Like the smashing.
You feel like I look at you, something to smash later, just don't hit.
Is there anything else that's smashable in the room that I can take out my rage on?
There's a childish figure on an altar.
No,
There's
please
another
don't.
figure.
Bad idea.
And what else?
There's a figure next to the altar.
Is there anything else in the room?
It's pretty empty.
Grog needs to smash something. I feel like
Grog.
he'll start just smashing the wall. I mean, just
Get off
really,
of his bed.
really taking it out on the wall. Like enough that I'm not gonna smash the person in front of me, but not enough to like control the rage.
Alright, there's a furious blows against the wall and just orcish screams of frustration.
No.
Smash! Don't smash! Don't!
This is a big character moment for Grog.
It's hard, guys. It's really hard.
Alright, next person's turn.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend a few.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared of him.
She's also gonna be like, don't. We're friends. Please don't hurt her. Please. Don't hurt her.
Oh, no.
Don't worry, I got other plans. What is it? Where's the
Don't do
thing?
anything harmful.
Where's the thing?
Isn't that what we're all thinking?
Quick and spell. 2 sorcery points to cast false life on myself as a 3rd level.
Oh, man.
Sorcerers, they break the rules.
18 hit points, 10 hit points to me. That is not temp. Get out. Okay. Well, it's 18 temp hit points to me, and then I'm going to Misty Step. So I cast that as a bonus action because I did
Sorcery points.
Quicken Spell. Now I'm going to Misty Step over to the altar. How close is that to me?
It's about 25 feet away.
Maybe like
Okay.
hitting the wall over here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna Misty Step over to the altar and try and pick up the boy.
Alright.
Is this guy get an attack of advantage? Did you not relearn from the last time that you walked through
Well,
like
he
6
wasn't
cultists?
attacking before.
What does Misty Step do?
It teleports me.
Oh. So probably.
Well, interestingly enough, that's not the source of the attack. As you go and you pick up the child wraps around you and just starts biting your neck.
Wow. Did not see that coming.
That's an interesting roll.
Oh no.
It just crit.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
But it was off the table. Isn't that a rule?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Interference doesn't count.
Rolled into a bull. The
Sounds
bull
like-
I was rolling with, and it rolled flat, and I'm like, it's fate.
Sounds like karma. No amount of temporary hit points will save you now.
Hold on.
It's oh wait.
Alright.
I think you're just destined to die.
No, it's just a warm-up. It gets very small damage, actually. It deals about 6 damage to you.
Okay.
Just in biting. Small child, like, very sharp jaws.
That's also creepy.
So how much damage?
10
Six.
points.
You take 6 points of damage.
Hit points left.
He just full
No.
life a bunch, so
Pretty close.
he's got a lot more than he.
That's
had
my
before.
10. I'm right now at 20.
Ah.
So it rips into you, and this child's arms are just gripping into you with like this nasty thing, and you've noticed there are more arms coming from this child.
It's a redead.
There are far more arms.
Oh my.
And there's these like, they just sort of, some of them just go back into this dark pool as well, but others are just starting to grapple you.
About how big is this room? How close am I to a
Imagine
wall?
hitting a wall. So.
You're about 10 feet away on either side.
I'm
You're
gonna
in the
throw,
very center
gonna
of
hear
what
this
seems
in
to be a
public.
circular room,
I'm
and
gonna
the
throw
other
him at
half
the
is
wall.
water.
Can I try and like?
Give
Cause
me an athletics check with disadvantage because you're grappled.
Trying to kill the kid. I'm trying to save him.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage, you're
I rolled
grappled.
an out one
Fail.
on my first roll, so
Ouch.
Roll again to see if
You
you get
don't
two.
feel this at all, and in fact, it just digs in deeper, and it's got almost inhuman strength. It's just starting to almost crush you, with just the sheer
This
force of
child
its
is
grab.
crushing him.
Oh, it's more than a child. There's a lot more going on here than just being hugged by a child.
I regret this decision.
And you get exhaustion 1, Nakia.
Shoot!
It crushes the energy out of you, and you get the exhaustion 1 debuff thing,
Oh jeez.
which halves all your skill checks
Oh no.
until you take a rest.
Oh no.
Particularly a long rest, by the way, not a short one.
No.
What was it called?
Exhaustion.
One.
First level of exhaustion. I think it's skill checks that it does.
Yeah.
Whatever it does, you have it.
Well,
First level exhaustion.
Yeah.
I admire the attempt at heroism though.
It was really brave
Yeah,
of you.
that was.
I mean, you just rushed
Yeah,
in there,
I was
but it was very
applauding you.
brave.
I was applauding you. I was like, yeah, you're so cool. And then
And then I died.
It might have turned out better than you think, though.
Don't give up yet.
Don't give up hope. You're not dead yet, and that's all that
I'm not
matters.
dead yet.
Well, I'm thinking about burritos, so it better come out better than that.
I feel like they can't even see anything. They're
Well,
just
we-
hearing everything.
They can see
Yeah.
outlines. They can see the vague silhouettes of stuff happening. They can kind of guess.
Even with dark vision.
Josh, I said specifically on the entrance to this
But it's
place
like you
that
can't
dark
see.
vision did not help anybody, especially the guy who did it before.
Okay. Just
You were
checking.
warned.
Dark vision though.
Dark vision doesn't help against magical darkness.
Just teasing you. I'm sorry, I need to stop doing that.
I have limits.
Yeah, be careful. You're gonna be
Alright.
the first one to die.
So that's Nakia's turn. Is that
Yeah, I like
you got
pushed my
bamboozled?
turn
I'm
to its
sorry.
limit.
Saving children is a dangerous art in this land because they
Apparently,
always turn evil.
we cannot be heroes in this. We should just kill
That
them.
said,
Yeah, just murder hobos.
oh, that's
Okay.
probably worse.
All right.
But before that, someone does come in who can see. Burl.
Wait, how come? Okay.
You actually kind of just part of the wall in this room. It's almost invisible. The pathway here got narrower and narrower along the walls, but there is a path. It's just almost invisible as it goes down, and there might be some form of magic involved. Who can say?
Okay.
Just a question really quick. To clarify, did you say that we see her enter or that she can see
She
in
can
there?
see everything. She is uninhibited, and your crystal ball lights up the room for you.
Yeah,
But no one
just for
else
her.
can see it.
of course.
You see this going on. You see Yala, who's looking really conflicted.
Probably like
You see Nakia,
somewhere.
who's being grabbed by this terrifying child with the black hand sprouting from it.
Hitting the wall.
And you see Grog smacking the wall in just sheer rage. You see a cloaked figure standing
This is
next to
normal.
the altar without any motion.
Any motion whatsoever, despite the fact that Naki is right there. It's really interesting. Now, the pool of oil is behind the altar, or it's surrounding the altar?
It's behind it.
Okay.
Much like the old altar, in fact, that you found.
With Ingo.
Yep. It's almost that thing, but this pool's a lot bigger.
Oh boy.
You can't see the end of this pool.
If that's terrifying.
If we went through the oil to get here, what does that oil take you to?
I know, right? Okay. I found it interesting that this kid's not moving. And I guess I wouldn't know the relation between the kid and Yala.
Nope, nobody does.
Right. And I...
He's not a kid, he's a man.
Okay.
He's a beautiful, beautiful elf man, yes.
Elf man.
Beautiful elf man.
At least in y'all's
Let's
eyes.
see what I've got
Actually,
to do.
Burl, you can see some of the traits,
Only a mother could love.
and
If I was to roll a perception then with some of these traits to see that I can make the connection.
the cloaked figures. It's not fully cloaked, it's just cloaked enough that you can't tell their silhouette in the darkness.
Right.
Give it a roll.
19 plus.
Alright. You can see that they're fairly tall, they have the dark skin of a drow. But they have these kind brown eyes.
Kind brown eyes.
Aww.
Interesting.
Very handsome, though, actually. They look almost statuesque, a little too perfect.
Who's the father? I think that's what we're all asking ourselves.
Alright.
It was not
How-
yes.
So I just barely, I haven't seen any of this really play out other than what's going on right now.
Yeah, you just see this and you're just like, what's going on here?
Okay.
I regret that.
I'm just trying to
for a
see if
moment.
there's anything that I can do. I don't know what fashion is. That's something else.
That wouldn't be very uncommon, actually, I think.
I'm pretty excited how well my stuff worked, except for the fact that,
But it didn't.
well, it worked.
Well, your stuff worked.
It's just the thing I was saving was not the thing I thought it would be.
I feel like things are getting a little messy because Yala probably doesn't view these new people as
I'm gonna
friends.
sneak my way over to where Yala is,
Well, I'm gonna ask her a question.
which is that just still.
Roll a stealth check,
Which is why I cast try person.
but,
Ask her questions.
you can roll a stealth check.
Smart.
Okay.
Since Yala's charmed, you get an advantage, by the way.
Wait, what are you doing?
Advantage.
Sneaking up to Yala.
Advantage stealth check.
Yep, you get advantage.
17
She's stealthing.
and 7. So
opposite
yeah,
of attack.
17 plus.
Don't attack. I don't know that Burl's here, so I can't say that. But
Plus 7. Yeah, that's like 24.
Alright, yeah, you easily sneak over. Yala is incredibly busy right now with other things.
Okay.
Like an existential crisis.
Alright, I'll just kind of hide up against the wall, I guess. And just. Because it's like I haven't seen this person in forever, and she looks really bewildered right now, and I just don't know what to think.
Yeah, that's fair. So you're just hiding.
I'm gonna hide a little bit.
Fair enough. Alright. Let me add you to the turn order.
Okay.
You came last, I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Well, except for Warren's not here yet.
Warren's not here yet.
That's true.
Plotting my way down
Alright.
a whole lot of stairs.
Yala, it's your turn.
Typing things up.
Your existential dread in crisis comes to a front now.
I
You
got
see,
over it.
No.
Oh.
How long
The
does it last?
spell lasts up to an hour.
you feel a presence you're quite familiar with.
What? Burl?
No,
A presence?
yes, the presence of the one you're serving.
Like Santa Claus. Presents.
Okay, so I'm.
Oh shoot, nat 20, holy cow.
Oh dear.
Your mind is liberated.
How?
Oh.
You begin to feel,
How?
you begin to feel in
There
your
is
mind,
no saving throw.
you begin to
Like
hear
spell
it
magic
again.
or something.
The dripping.
Nothing I do ever works.
Are you kidding? You found so many cool stuff. You've done a lot of cool stuff. You just haven't used it yet.
Well, that's because no one told me how to use it.
Look, you've lost her a whole turn.
There's a
Like,
lot of
she's not
bitterness.
going to get a move to attack. This is taking her turn,
Okay,
but she's going to
okay.
be free.
Okay.
And you hear within your voice, you hear, like, kind of this deep speaking voice that's like, you serve me, and me alone. And it just kind of like, suddenly it's clear, they cast a spell on you, and this was all said in Abyssal. And you would know that.
Ooh, I speak that.
And it's like,
Or listen, hear it.
serve me and your son will be yours forever.
Okay.
And that's what you hear, and you're free, but that took your turn because it was this powerful magic thing that just like was pretty visible actually. Even in the darkness there was this sort of writhing energy that just people could sense.
But they couldn't hear it.
They couldn't hear the voice, or at least they couldn't understand it.
Okay.
All right.
Could we hear it, or could we just not understand?
You heard this abyssal gargle of just like. There's a lot of really weird, like,
So, like,
poppy click noises too.
Grog knows abyssal, so would he?
Isn't that don't I know abyssal?
You can read it.
Oh, I can't hear it though.
You can hear it, but it takes a moment before you understand it because it's hopelessly outdated. And because I forgot.
Brush up on your modern abyssal, bud.
Are you saying the modern abyssal?
Yeah. Give it the times, old man.
Oh my
Or
god.
woman.
Anyway,
I don't want a gender stereotype.
but you eventually come to the realization, Grog, because you can understand what was said.
Okay.
Okay.
I actually
Then
wasn't really paying attention.
It's whose turn? Hugh.
So I'm gonna guess since I does she give any physical thing to tell me that?
I mean, she
it
kind of
still
probably
stops?
clutched her head of it, and it was kind of just
No,
like.
that it's gone. Like
How long of a translation period are we
You
talking?
don't feel like your magic is affecting anything anymore. You don't feel like there's an energy drain of any sort there.
Is this-
Isn't charm person concentration or something?
it doesn't say concentration, but I'm gonna assume that it is
Well,
concentration.
whatever
I think it is
draw that
concentration.
spell has, like
So-
whatever connection you have to let you know it worked, that's gone.
Okay.
So you know it's no longer functioning after that kind of display of strangeness.
Okay. Okay. I am going to. Nakia's not he's farther than 15 feet away, right? I'm assuming I'm right by.
I'm about 20, 25 feet.
I'm assuming I'm right by her.
Something like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast color spray
Okay.
because I'm assuming that it ended. I'm assuming that Ku
Sure.
Yeah.
intuited that it ended.
Yeah, Ku does know.
Creatures blinded, starting with creatures with lowest HP in 15-foot cone, and I roll 60-10.
All right.
So she's color spraying. So you're color spraying these guys?
15-foot cone from me, so
She's just doing a color bomb. Just Hadouken of color.
mostly, hopefully.
I meant just which direction is it going? Like,
It's this direction.
no, is it? It sounded like she was going for these guys.
No.
Oh, you
I was asking if he was in that 15-foot cone, but he's not.
Why are you color spraying?
Oh, you're color spraying.
Because she's not charmed anymore.
What does color spray do?
It blinds them.
No. So she can blind me because I'm right in the area?
6.
I'll let you make a dexterity saving
I
throw.
assume that's 10.
Yeah, that's 10.
Guess what?
10.
Can I do a saving?
20. No.
20. Not nat, but 20. I'm really liking this.
I think
I don't think there's any saving throws.
There's
the
no
only reason
sa-
I'm doing that is because she's a bit far back and she's a bit out of the way, so she could just like dodge. And she's not the direct target. It's gonna be hard for you, Yala, because this thing is more like a dragon burst of like just color everywhere. It's like dodging a cloud.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right? 10, 20, 31.
31.
Yes. How many hit points do you have?
32.
Yeah, so this will only affect you.
Okay.
So, oh my gosh. Let's see if I can read this. Yeah, so I blind however many creatures I can get into those dice, and she'd be the only one.
So you're now blinded.
But
Isn't she?
does that do damage to me?
No.
No.
You're just blinded.
Okay.
No, they're just trying to blind.
Welcome to the club.
And
Yeah, because you guys get blinded every session. I'm sorry.
I'm
got
probably
blinded
gonna
once.
yell, Grog! As a hopefully get his attention that she's not friendly. And as a bonus action, can I try and hide?
You can because you're a rogue. Rogues can do
Because
that.
I'm cool.
Can
Congratulations.
Oh.
Your coolness has increased.
Wait, it's stealth?
Yeah, roll stealth check.
That's 11.
Yeah, and okay, interesting.
She is blinded though.
She is blinded.
Do I get advantage on that?
I'm gonna roll here because
I think
neither
she
of
would
you are
have
supposed to know the outcome of this because she's blinded and you don't know what she sees. Okay. So I know.
How about Burl?
You know
Does she
what?
know?
Burl just saw a whole bunch of color just spray all over the walls next to her, but Burl is aware. She can see this long arm-like thing that was reached out and gripped against Yala is sort of writhing and the colors on it, but they don't seem aware of it.
Oh my gosh!
So wait, there's an arm
She's
that's
a
holding
puppet.
onto Yella right now?
It's like when I had.
An arm is gripping Yala.
Fascinating.
When you had what in your
You see this sort
There
of
was at one
writhing,
point that I
like
had a
tentacle-like
hand
thing
on
just
my head
covered in the
pulled
color,
up in my
but
mini
nobody
cup.
seems to react to it.
That's interesting.
You did one cup?
It's not my turn yet though, is it?
One cup?
Oh, it's my
Still
turn.
gotta wait for
I still
Yep.
didn't understand.
All right, Grog, make your move.
It's like the-
So you just yelled Grog?
Yeah, to try. Like, it was a
Okay.
rock to.
Alright, well, I speak Abyssal, and so I kind of knew what was going on a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of
With that whole, like, shaking out of it. So I'm going to run over and start to beat on her in a very, like, relieving way. This has been a very hard time for Grog. That last turn was very emotionally disturbing, so he's going to go over and start taking it out. So jump over here, and I guess I rolled a hit.
Yeah, roll the hit.
Do I get advantage because she's blind or what?
You do get advantage because she's blind.
And I get 2 attacks.
Yep, you get 2 attacks because you're fine.
Is that, do you have to roll the hit twice, or do you just get 2
You roll the
hit?
hit twice,
Okay.
which means you get to roll 4 times and take
So
the plus
that
2.
is a 19 and a 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
So do those hit or no?
Yeah, those both hit.
Okay. And where's the D8?
Surprised you didn't fish for another nat 20 or something.
What?
Oh.
What do you mean?
Because you had advantage.
Oh, I didn't even roll advantage. It's fine. It's
You
fine.
had to roll the
It's-
twice.
It's fine.
You could roll for a nat 20 to credit.
Alright.
Just to see if you credit.
Nope. Nope. That was a nat fail. Alright.
Well, it's a good thing you have advantage, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, well, the first 2 rolls were fine anyway. Okay. That's an 8. Plus 7, so 15. First one.
Okay.
And a 1 plus 7 is 8. So that's a 23. Actually, if you get a 8 on a D8, no, that's nothing, right? If you're rolling hit dice and you get the max on it, that's not a crit hit, right? That's you have to get a nat 20 to hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to crit
Okay.
again.
So 15 plus 8, so that's 23 total damage.
23.
Dang.
What's your, your AC isn't good enough, yeah. 32?
That's how many hit points I have.
How much damage are you doing?
28?
23.
23.
23.
With a brutal, pair of just whack, whack. Grog
Gosh.
smacks you and you are basically almost beaten to a pulp because Grog is this pretty powerful half-orc.
And then I'm gonna do action surge.
Oh, shit.
Oh no! To go again.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. That's mean. This is
Yeah.
really. I feel.
Did you got out your rage?
Dude.
I feel like you got out your rage and you don't want to overkill it. You're not a mindless beast who just, brutally attacks everything.
Is he though?
But he's
Isn't he,
just
though?
having such a
He's a lover.
Oh, okay, fine. He's gonna. He's gonna use action surge, and the rest of his movement, he's gonna run over here.
And help.
And gonna hit the little child thingy.
The one that's grappling Nakia.
Well, or
Yeah,
the other guy that's just standing there. I think like this is kind of like a blind, smash everything phase. He's going
Okay,
through.
what are you gonna hit?
The dude
Roll
that's
the
standing
hit.
there. Okay, thank you.
Do you
mean
get a
her
roll
son?
twice?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
well,
you
he
action
doesn't know that.
surged. You do a whole other turn
I
because
guess we
fighters
could know
are
that.
actually
All right,
really
one
good.
of them didn't hit. It was a 2 plus 7, and one is a nat 1. So those are terrible attacks.
You
He's
go to
got-
smash the guy, the person standing by the thing. They reach out a hand and just push it, and basically kung fu your hammer to the side,
Hiya.
and they kind of pull their hood back, so they're more visible. And they're like, "There's no need for violence."
Wow.
It's all I know.
You know cowbell?
Don't. For me, cowbell is an expression of violence.
What happened to that being a hopeless romantic lover in your past life?
Yeah.
Violence can be romantic.
Wow.
It's all about
That
perspective.
sounds a little.
Yeah.
You need to seek counseling for that. That's called abuse.
I'm not gonna lie about that.
It's called abuse.
All right.
That poor cow.
So, Grog, is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm out of moves. Yeah, that's it.
I can go
Right.
further.
No, I
Keep
can't.
going.
Such a waste of an action surge, though.
Can I join this eventually?
You are literally coming in just like Burl did. You
At
just
the
want to turn slow.
Okay, gotcha.
So you will literally come in at the end of this phase.
Gotcha.
I'm going to
I don't
cast.
like telling people things, but hey, there you are.
I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp on this thing that is grasping me.
Okay, roll your shocking grasp.
Let me just. I have to make
I mean,
it
it's
melee.
grappled, so if you have to roll the hit, you probably hit automatically. Because
Yeah?
you don't have to move.
I hope I don't regret
You
not
can't
killing
miss.
Yala.
Okay. I automatically hit it.
I'm
I
sure
don't know
y'all
if you
would
See,
remember
like, you saw the hand thing, but none of us do.
And yeah, I can tell something's not right here.
I'm just wondering if you tell us at all.
Well, I think I'm gonna
Otherwise, we
try.
might just kill her.
If she does, she'll break stealth.
Yeah, I got
That's true.
This is pretty realistic,
I've
by
got
the way.
advantage to try and disconnect this tentacle from her.
This is pretty cool, by the way, because he was speaking like abyssal to her, and it took me a while to translate it, but I actually wasn't really listening, so I don't really know what they said anyway. So
For that.
yeah, I
think
should have
that's-
been listening more, but I wasn't even listening when you guys were talking, so I don't really know what was going on anyway. I was busy smashing the
Typical
wall.
grog.
I think that was 14 points of damage.
I just
Of
I'm so immersed in my
electric
character
damage
right
to
now.
him.
Alright. It doesn't really do that all that much. I mean, it kind of flails a bit, and the grasp is kind of loose, but it doesn't seem to, like, kill it or anything. You just might have a chance to escape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like to use your action to try and disengage? You'll make an athletics check to do so. Because you're going to have to basically wrestle away from it.
I guess I would have been.
Yeah, because that Shocking Grasp was an action,
Yeah.
but
I will let you bonus action to escape.
okay.
If you succeed at an
I'll
athletics.
try that.
Okay.
Would that be a? Did you say athletics?
Athletics check.
Yes.
Doesn't it have to be half because of exhaustion?
In this case, I'm not going to rule it that way just because I want to see what happens.
18.
18? Yeah, even if with exhaustion, I'd let you do that just because it's distracted. So, you managed to kind of like push it off you, and now it's just standing on the altar, but it's no longer in direct grapple with you. You're kind of like back a bit, you're just like bleeding a bit from the neck. But
And I think I'm pushing it a bit, but would I be able to throw him at a wall?
no,
Okay.
that's way too strong for me to haft on that.
Yeah. I guess that's true, yeah.
The whole goal was just to give you an out, but not actually let you be able to use it for damage when you weren't halved.
So he's back on the altar, or did you...
Yeah, the child figure's standing on the
He
altar.
was on me.
Okay.
Now he's next to the altar, so I get him off, and now I guess he's kind of on the altar or something. Maybe I'm half.
I'm just concerned about him being on the altar.
Alright. Naki, is that your turn?
Yep.
Alright. Guess who comes in next? Actually, it's Burl. Burl, make your move.
Hey, I was gonna say.
Hey, Burr.
Alright, well, now that I see this tentacle thing, I'm gonna use a sneak attack on it
Alright.
with my scimitar.
Roll the hit.
With advantage or just roll?
With advantage.
Sweet. Come on, dice.
He has no idea you're there.
Yes. It's not good. And I'm adding dex modifier
Yeah, your dex mod and your proficiency bonus to hit.
and my proficiency bonus.
Yeah, because that's to hit.
Okay. 'Cause so that would have been 12. No, that was an 11. And oh yeah, that's much better. It's gonna be 21, I believe.
Alright.
Damage.
That hits. Roll damage.
Yes, and I got
With your sneak attack bonus.
3 d6s. Heck yes, here we go.
Do the damage, man.
Let's see,
Like
what
the
lucky
triumphant
dice
roar
should
of
I be
all the,
throwing here? We're going to take this
all
one,
the thieves.
this
With
one,
authentic double damage.
I can see Hugh in the back. With authentic double damage!
where's my good little guy? Oh, tell me I lost him already. Oh, there he is.
Triumphant roar.
Alright, there we go. Get all three.
so proud.
D6, go! 4, 4, 3. Am I adding anything else to these?
Well, isn't it regular weapon attack too?
Yeah, it's their regular weapon attacks, so your dex mod.
Plus the D8 and dex mod
That's like the one stat you should know as a rogue.
2. Yes. Okay, hold on, where's my D8? Let me move these out of the way. D8, where'd you
I'm
go?
kind of proud of my
There.
spells working.
You've done really well.
I have.
Frankly, this is a really rough boss fight.
Alright, I've got 7, 4, 4, 3.
I like to play the mental game
Plus
more than I like to
2.
play the physical game.
Which that's 10, 18, 20.
Alright, you rip right into this tentacle thing and it flails back, releases its grasp on Yala, and it recoils just like snapping against things and into the pool.
Interesting. Okay,
Wait, so you got it off?
I got it off her.
Interesting.
Alright, is that your turn?
Then I'm gonna pull out that purple vial and just kind of wave it
Okay.
under her nose.
I thought you threw it out.
No, I was going to, but there was no water in the well.
Wait, what? So you got the hand off me and now you're doing what?
I'm pulling out that purple pungent
She's pulling
vial.
out the really pungent medicine again.
The
Why?
bad smelling stuff.
Just in case. Because it seemed to work against Warren, and it's supposed to help with
Oh,
shadow things.
Okay.
So I'm like, maybe this will help. Here, wake up.
Either that or
Did
it
I
helps
see
with crazy.
her?
This is
Like, because she attacked the black hand? Did I see her
Everyone-
attack the black hand?
You saw her attack the black hand, you saw this colorful thing fly past you really fast, but your mind just couldn't focus on it.
Okay. But we know that she attacked something that was
Something
attached
strange
to her.
went on, and something
Okay.
went from Yala to the pool,
Okay.
and it was really colorful. So it might
I
have
wonder
been,
why.
I probably did not notice that since I was busy.
you did not.
Spoilers, you didn't. This music is not comforting.
Nope.
I
Oh,
find it
there
very
it goes. I was gonna
comforting.
say it was kind of a little peaceful.
Fun. It was, yeah, peaceful.
It was fun until that came in, and I was like, ooh, no,
Just
we just.
Minor King.
I just made something really mad right there. That's what happens.
Wait, so what's going on right
Don't know.
So yeah, I was waving the purple vial, and that's it.
Okay, cool. You hit the purple vial, make a constitution saving throw because it is the most pungent thing you have probably ever smelled.
So just roll a d20.
Roll d20 and then
Constitution to it.
-1.
now? 13.
Oh, it's real gross. It smells terrible. And it just kind of assaults your nose, and for a moment you're just like, oh my gosh, I hate the smell.
Man, I'm blinded. The smell. I have 9 hit points.
Now it's Warren's turn. Warren stumbles into this just as Burrow goes, haha, and kind of chucks medicine at Yala. You see all
I'm
this going
freaking
on.
out on the ground. Just like in so much pain.
Oh,
Okay, can I see them? Because she's got that orb.
No.
The orb only
You can
allows you
see-
to see everything.
You can honestly see 10 feet in front of you.
Okay, can I see any of
You
them?
can see the vague outlines of stuff happening. You can't make out the details, but you see Nakia and some sort of child figure and some sort of,
Oh, Warren's over there.
right there.
altar, and there's
See
some
his
sort
backup.
of person
That was
and
the
rock,
entrance
and you
that-
kind of see outlines, but you're not sure what's going on really, but you do see Burl chucking medicine. Yeah.
I can make this out. And I'm like, what? What's going on?
Go help Nakia!
Covered in oil.
I can't
and
see Nakia. I don't even understand where we are.
You're probably
just yelling
faintly
into the
smelling
what's
the
going
medicine
on?
stuff.
Ugh. Does anybody have a large thing of soap and a bucket of water? I'm probably... Okay, I can see her, so I'm gonna stumble toward her and ask her directly. What is all I can say? What?
It's just like all you can mutter. It's just like, what?
This is all that can come out of me right now after everything's going on. I'm watching her going, ah! What?
I'd be like, I don't know. Something bad was on Yala, and I got it off, and something crazy's going on over there.
Something bad is... Yeah,
Hugh is over
like
there.
You put something bad on Yala.
Well, it might be helping her. I don't know yet. But Hugh's over there, and it doesn't look good. But I'll stay here, and hopefully... I've got the needle. I'm going to use that on my next...
Okay,
But,
is this my turn then?
Yeah.
So she just explained all that. Did we all hear it?
Yeah.
you guys
Everyone
all
heard
over
it.
here.
Okay, good.
Okay,
So now you're all aware that the Warren and Burl are in the room if you weren't already.
I probably
I'm
wasn't.
really confused.
I knew the world was in the room.
I'm gonna use a 2nd level spell, Lesser Restoration. I'm gonna go over and touch Yala, and this ends paralysis, disease, blindness, poison, deafening, or any other affliction. So presumably the medicine in her eyeballs. That affliction.
It's not in her eyeballs.
The medicine's not in the eyeballs. The medicine's just all over her face and smells terrible. The color spray is in her eyes. And that's what's blinding her.
Which one is painful?
Probably the color spray, they're both painful in their own way.
Doesn't Lesser Restoration just remove all of it? Like all of
Yep.
the...
I don't know if it's
Well, she's still
so
pretty
if my
damaged from a
medicine
warhammer,
is
guys,
helping
so-
revive her
She's
of the
still at,
darkness.
well, what is it, 4 HP?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Oh.
We'd be like, wait, she was attacking us before.
Yeah, but she was possessed by a tentacle. And I got the tentacle
Oh,
off.
she's gonna attack us after.
Well, we'll find out.
She technically has
Alright.
more health than I do.
Here's a question. Cool. Were you
What do you
possessed by a
have?
tentacle?
9 plus 12.
I just remember
Oh.
being a tentacle on my head at one
I mean
point.
8 plus
2.
12.
Maybe it was trying
And
to
that-
possess you?
And that kind of terrifies my creature, because you just said that there was like a tentacle from her head, right?
I said she had a tentacle on her.
It was on her head.
Okay,
PTSD.
yeah.
PTSD of there being a tentacle on my
You
head.
didn't get a good look at where it came from, but it was from the head.
It's a head crab.
So now it's Warren's turn?
The,
Oh no, that was your turn.
I've just used
Healed
it up.
me. Okay.
Alright, you can now see, but you're kind of like, but why? And you see Warren.
Okay.
And that's
Like-
probably a bit confusing because you're told that Warren is an enemy.
Also, I've left a nice inky handprint all up on your face. I'm sure that's great.
I don't know that she healed me,
You do know, but you know that
but she's also
according
an
to
enemy.
your liege, she's a problem. You know,
Okay.
Warren's a problem. He was not listed among those who were friendly to your cause.
Right, okay.
Like rock.
But is the friend still
Canon
cast on her though?
Nope.
No!
Okay.
People just don't pay attention.
Nope!
Sorry.
That's
All
what
right.
I was trying
Warren's
to
turn
say.
ends, and guess whose turn it is? It's actually not yours. It's your son's. He talks to Groggy, and he's just like, you know, we have to do this. It has to be done. A god
Agreed.
must pay for their sin.
Yes.
That's an odd thing to say.
Why is he talking to Grog?
We're speaking abyssal. None of you guys know what I'm talking about.
oh.
He is actually speaking abyssal. That's the hilarious part.
We
And
don't even know what's going on.
he says quite clearly, he's just like, the gods have committed the great crimes against your people and mine, and against all mortals.
You and me, bro.
And he's just like, if we accomplish this, we will strike back against those who have cursed you. But he's not speaking entirely. He's speaking to you.
Yeah.
On like a soul level.
Ooh. He's like speaking to me.
Pretty much, you can tell that he knows a few things about you that you've never told anyone.
Not about
Like the cow.
Pretty sure your village knows about the cow.
It is now. Oh my gosh.
And he's like, we won't harm Hugh in the long run.
Harm you or harm
Hugh. Hugh.
Just chop off his hands, that's
Harm
all.
you. It's hard to understand the accent because your abyssal is really outdated. So.
He kind of gives a soft laugh.
Is it the same abyssal that I heard speaking to her or no?
Same abyssal.
Okay.
In fact, it sounds quite similar in voice and tone.
Okay.
It was him all along. It was the butler.
Alright, cool.
Any reactions? Do you want to say anything back? Do you just want to be like...
so...
What does Grog do?
Well, okay,
Grog
so...
do?
You know, what's the deal? Like, how does Hugh play a part in this? I'm just curious. You know,
Well,
like you and me are resonating here, but I just kind of want in on the plans here.
if the lock is blood, then the key is also.
Okay. And what's like what are we unlocking here?
And the seal, of course.
Like, I need some basic training.
To bring back our ancient ally.
Our ancient ally. Okay.
The true gods of man.
True gods of man. What about orcs?
And orcs. And all races.
Okay, just checking.
The ones who kept you safe from the first gods and their tyrannical rules.
Yeah, okay. And where did you get all this knowledge? Because you seem pretty knowledgeable, and I've been kind
I
of clueless this
served
whole
one.
time. What?
I serve one. I've learned directly.
That's
Brought
cool.
back from death.
That's real cool, yeah.
You sound so philosophical for a Grog.
Yeah. Well, abyssal is like, you know, that makes anyone sound philosophical. You know? It's like one of those languages that you just... It's one of those languages that makes you really sound, like, smart, you know?
Pretty sure it's just
Like Latin.
swear words.
It's like Latin. Swear word Latin.
That would be Infernal that sounds more like swear words. This one sounds a lot more just like noises that shouldn't be uttered.
Okay. Well, cool.
These are on a mechanical level, not a mental level. There's no social disgust. It's more just like gross noise.
Well, sounds good, bro. So just let me know what I can do to help. You know, what are you wanting out of me?
I just don't want you to stop us from completing the ritual.
Okay, so don't stop. What? Like.
Oh, surely you know.
No, I mean, like, I'm curious, like, what you don't want me to do, because I've been known to do things that people don't want me to do.
You.
Don't kill Hugh, okay? What
Don't
else?
kill me.
Okay, don't kill Hugh.
Don't kill Yala.
Don't kill Yala. What about other people? Just out of curiosity. I'm not like, they're buddies, I'm not gonna kill them.
If you kill them, you kill them, but they would make
What's
great
really the
allies,
three of you?
right?
What was that?
He gives you a look, he's like, they would make great allies.
Sure. Cool. Is your turn done yet?
Absolutely, you can totally end it whenever you want, man.
It's been a little bit more than...
No, your turn,
6
like his
seconds.
turn.
Yeah, he's done. He just wanted to talk to you. He wouldn't. Look, he's not taking an action.
Okay.
He's not a threat.
After his turn is done, I'm gonna be like, guys,
Whose turn?
he wants to do blah 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 and just relay it to everybody else.
What? Why
Do
am
it
I
in
gonna-
Grog ease. How would
That was
Grog
my turn.
Recovering.
relay?
Actually, no, your
Basically
turn.
like that.
You're
Hey,
still recovering,
blah, blah,
but I will
blah.
let you make
One action?
a bonus action. I won't let you hurt anybody this turn, but I will let you do like a move
Okay.
and something else.
Well, my action is the wholeness of body. And that says I gain the ability to heal myself with a key point. Oh no, as an action you can regain hit points equal to 3 times your monk level. So does that mean 32?
That's just
3 multiplied by 6, so 18.
So I just want to do that.
Cool. Alright, so you regain this power, just all your years of training, you just kind of harden your resolve and gain strength you don't have. You are far tougher and harder to move now. Your will controls your body, not the other way around.
Cool. That
Cool.
was my action, right?
That was your action.
I'm guessing she's still threatening.
What gave it away? Anyway, your turn, Ku.
Okay. I'm probably, as kind of like a free action, ask her like, y'all, why are you attacking us? I thought we were friends.
I thought what we had was special.
She never
Oh,
liked
do I
us.
like?
You should respond, yeah.
Do I just respond?
Yeah.
We have to save the boy.
We're trying to save the boy.
We're trying to save Hugh.
No, the way we save him is we need to sacrifice him.
Pretty sure that's not how it
I'm pretty
works.
sure that kills him.
No,
That's a bad idea.
no, it's
Death.
You don't understand everything. That's really what we need to do.
Well, help us understand what is going on.
It's not good. Did Hugh get possessed by something? Or did he, like, the sacrificing is possessing him?
You
could roll
just
an
saw
insight
him.
check,
You just saw him
or investigation,
attack.
or arcana, or religion. I mean, there's so many things you could roll. Just, what do you think?
Well, my investigation was only 11, so.
Yeah, you're not sure what's up.
Let's see, I've got a
still
base
asking
roll
her.
at 10. My history is +4. That's probably the highest I got, so that would make it 14.
14? You're aware that Yala thinks what she's saying is pretty accurate.
I don't think she knows what she's saying.
You just saw this baby attack Goliath with claws. Okay, we need to kill it
I'm pretty
on
sure.
the altar.
I think he's being
Possessed.
controlled,
Yeah.
possessed.
Because I'm pretty sure he wasn't like that before he got dragged down here.
There is no one in this room that I want to kill, but I will knock you unconscious if I have to. Till I figure out what's going on.
Alright.
No, he's dangerous.
Well, I see you.
Maybe she's right?
No,
We don't know what's going on.
No, I rolled enough of an insight history check to know that she thinks she's right.
But is she wrong?
I say we
I
just
think
work with
she's
them
wrong.
and unleash the, whatever.
I
and
think
then
that's
just
a bad
call it
idea. I think it's a very bad idea.
good.
I've got
I say we just
something
unleash it.
waiting for my turn to do anyway.
You'll never get paid if you do.
After what?
Oh, he's
I'm
like,
gonna-
let's just unleash it. I'm like, you won't get paid if you just unleash it. I mean,
That's true. We just
How
need to-
far am I from you guys? Can I jump over to where Nakia is? Because I was using that as a free action. Can I not use that as a free action?
you can walk over there, yeah.
But I couldn't attack or anything, right?
I think
Not
Or
a-
could I?
walking is a free action. You just have a certain amount of
Yeah,
speed.
you can take a free action for that. Walk over to Nakia.
Yeah, and you haven't done your action yet, so you can still do stuff.
Okay. I am also going to tell y'all I trust you. Don't hurt us. We're on the same side-ish, I think, possibly. She doesn't know. And
Of course we are, her Yala's son says.
And I'm going to.
Very suspicious then.
Can I do an investigation on him to see if I can find any hands that are grasping him and controlling him?
Sure, give me a roll.
Please be a good roll. That fell on the floor.
You know, Q, you got some fancy magical items that the DM was hinting at that you used earlier.
What?
You've got some fancy magical items that you picked up in these caves that the DM has been hinting at that you should
Yeah,
probably
but I
pull
don't know
out.
how to use them.
That's why you pull them out and you just go like,
Well, it's on my
something.
ring. It is on my finger.
That's when you hold it up and you say, do something.
Yeah, I don't think that she's gonna think about that.
That's right.
Investigation, right?
Yep, roll investigation.
21.
21?
Go, get
There are no hands connected to this person. None that you can see, no.
To Yala or the.
To the child.
Tiala's son.
Tiala's son.
Oh no, I was doing the child.
Oh, the child's loaded with hands, but it doesn't seem like any are grabbing the child. It seems like the child's doing the grabbing.
Grabby.
Hands come
The
from the
child has
child.
a million hands.
Shadow hands.
Too cool. I think that's my turn, right?
Well, that's handy.
I can't attack those hands.
Alright.
Thanks.
Next person's turn, Grog.
Oh, okay.
But I'll probably do.
So I'm gonna keep talking to this dude a little bit. Hey, so here's the deal. Okay, I'm a pretty practical orc here, and I just need to smash something. So, I mean, is there anything in this room that I can smash? I just want to know.
Absolutely, there are things.
What can I smash?
Well, you could smash anything you wish.
Okay, but here's the other motivator here. I also want money. And they're gonna pay me a bunch of money to bring this kid back. So how much can you sweeten the pot with? I'm just like...
I can give you any money you desire.
Any money.
Any money.
Like all the money.
Every bit
How much
of coin
right
you could
now,
ever want.
though? How much right now, though? I'm not gonna be swindled here. You know,
I
I'm a
could
pretty
give you
shrewd
any
orc.
amount of gold.
Right now.
Yeah.
How about 1,000,000 gold?
We all drown in gold.
Makes a gesture. And sure enough, from the pool, a hand crawls out carrying this great, massive bag of gold that it just places before you.
Okay.
And he's like, take it. It's no consequence to me.
Alright. You called my bluff here, and I really like what I see. Okay. It's very tempting. Very, very tempting. So, what was it if this thing gets unleashed again? Is it like the end of the world or something?
No. The birth of a better one.
Okay, but like, in this better world, can I spend the gold?
Of course you can spend the gold.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, I'm gonna pick up the gold.
Oh, there goes the trap.
Okay. You pick up the gold. It's really heavy. It's almost too heavy to carry, honestly.
Okay.
What's your strength again?
17.
It's almost too heavy for you to carry. You have to drag it.
This is phenomenal, guys.
It's gonna all turn into dirt or something.
I'm
This is over.
assuming that Ku can see this.
Everyone can see this.
There's a lot of gold here.
In fact, now that things are more peaceful, vision starts returning to you all. You're starting
Inside
to
check.
be able to see.
Okay, so as I
This is interesting.
start
Design,
to almost start to pull this money away,
Okay.
I am going to swing around at him with a hammer.
Roll the hit.
Okay. Now that I got my gold, I'm going to get both what I want: smashing and gold.
That gold is gonna turn into a bunch of hands. They're gonna leap out of the bag and come and attack you.
That's a 16.
Okay.
Each a little bit of
Double
gold as
hit.
a mimic.
Okay.
With this grand strike, you smash right through him. In fact, he falls apart
Okay.
What?
and disintegrates.
He's been snapped.
He wasn't the real one.
All sorts of crawling, hideous leeches just sort of like splatter all over the floor. And this sort of cackling, like, just almost like just guffaw, just rocks the room.
Can the leeches be smashed?
You can absolutely try. There's over 6,000.
It's over 9,000.
That would be your second strike if you try.
Well, okay.
Sweeping. I got an idea. But you have to move away.
Oh,
Is it the frost?
No, it's the
But-
fire.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna conk the kid on the head. Like, not like hard,
Roll the hit.
but like, you know, enough
Roll the
to.
hit.
You know what I'm saying?
Roll the
though.
hit.
No, I
know.
get it.
I know what you're doing.
Okay.
But roll the hit.
He dies.
He's trying to say that it's not going to be that easy.
No, that's like a 12.
You try, but one of the hands just sort of wraps itself around your hammer and just starts like snaking its way up towards you.
Smashing, no!
Instead.
At that point, since that failed, I am going to do as Nakia suggested and tiptoe back.
Alright.
Daintily as my bell rings. Okay,
Alright, is that the end of your turn?
that is the end of my
The
turn.
child moves now. Somehow, faster than you guys can manage, the child kind of starts to like. The laugh starts to centralize and come from only the child now. And the child starts to like walk on its long hands, kind of back a bit off the altar and then to the side.
Oh, that's creepy.
That's why I was hoping it was not on the altar.
And it reaches out this kind of hand gesture and kind of snaps, and now there's this coiling rug thing. There's just like sprouts from the water.
Oh no!
And just starts trying to like entangle people. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw, including y'all. Yes.
It's
Dexterity?
Yeah, dexterity throw.
Shoot. Why do you give me these numbers?
10.
12.
11.
All right, nice.
It was 8. Do I have inspiration? I'm not sure.
Oh, I
You
know.
have
I do.
inspiration.
Wait, can I use my luck?
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Yes, you can use your luck. Just roll it. We don't have time. Go, go,
It was
go.
worse.
20.
20? You're fine.
That'd be a 20.
They're exactly the same.
Did anyone get under 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
8.
You two are enwrapped and unable to move. Alright, next person's turn. After, Grog. Nakia, you're trapped. You can try to escape. Give me an athletics check.
Oh, okay.
You can do it. Maybe.
9 plus 6. 15.
Okay, that'll do it. You break free, but it takes a long time, and it's actually one of the most exhausting things you've ever done.
Okay.
Maybe because you're already exhausted. But,
That's true.
That's your turn, unless you have some ability to take, like, only a bonus action.
I do. Are the beetle things still kind of in that group?
Leeches, and they're everywhere now, man. They're on half the room. They're just squirming around and like making these little soft little like giggles. It's really creepy.
I'm gonna cast.
The leeches?
Yeah, no leech should giggle. That's just a rule.
I'm gonna cast Burning Hands in like a big group of them.
Okay.
Let me see.
Please don't hit me.
You don't even need to roll the hit. You just fry a bunch of leeches.
Yeah.
It's just this.
It's like
And these
3d6.
leeches, like, they start to like cackle, and then they like turn to dust.
What do roast leeches smell like?
Not good.
That medicine smells good. Now.
None of us have smelled it.
All right, Nakia, you've killed some leeches. Is that your turn? Cool. Yola, your turn.
No, I thought I'm after.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's Burl.
Burl, make your move.
Alright, well, I'll pull out my needle and I'll be like, alright, you're the needle of tree mending. Let's see what you can do against possessed people, and I'll hold it to Yala.
Yola.
I'm in a carpet.
She's in a carpet. That's true. What do you want to do with it? You can do your mending, or you can put more. The needle seems to be asking for more.
More of my health, probably?
It wants a hit die.
Wants a hit die. My hit die is 8.
It wants to take one of your hit dice.
He wants to take
Just
full
takes
hit
the hit
dice, or
die?
me roll a hit
Just a
die?
full hit die off your thing.
Alright, yeah. I'll let you take a full hit die.
Alright. Okay, you do. And this needle just sort of like lances through Yala and does some interesting things, sewing up old injuries, kind of weaving through the skin like some kind of dolphin through the waves, only much more horrifyingly. Yala, you heal to full life.
You've been stabbed by the needle.
So you're at full HP now, Yala.
Okay.
You are no longer bound by a rug. And this needle surfs through the kind of carpet back into the pool, and you hear an agonized scream.
Ooh.
Whoa!
I hear that. Everyone hears that.
Everyone hears that.
Wait, I don't. So the needle goes back into the pool and then someone
I don't
screams.
remember when I got that.
The needle healed you and followed the carpet into the pool and seems to have damaged this monstrous child thing and whatever's in the pool.
Oh.
Yeah, it came from her. It's diving into the pool after something. To murder something.
The needle returns to you.
Okay. I lost 8. hit points damage or anything else?
Just a whole, yeah, just that.
Okay. Just making sure I wasn't missing anything.
Does it actually take her HP or does it take the hit dice?
It takes my HP from my hit dice.
It took 1 hit die and the HP. But it did 18 damage.
So is her HP capped at 8 points less than it was before?
No.
Okay.
It just means I take
It's a temporary price. It's
In
not
the
evil.
short rest, you have 5 hit dice and it took one of those.
So it did damage and one of those, but it did a lot of things that seemed to be quite powerful.
Amen. Not surprised. Okay.
That's your turn? Alright.
Sure.
Well, the turn order is going to break down immediately now, because things are going to happen real fast.
Oh no.
You're going to work this out real fast? Alright. This thing kind of recedes a bit. There seems to have been something torn out of it. It's kind of wobbly now. And eventually it just sort of collapses on the floor. There's just all these insane mutterings of abyssal going on in this room. But the heads seem to be receding into Hugh. And they also seem to be receding into the pool. And as they do, they start flailing and smacking against the walls. And several of them yank at the walls and pull great stones and bricks with them. And this whole place starts to shake.
Oh, that's not good.
But Hugh's no longer sprouting hands. And everyone gets to make their decisions. And what are you going to do?
I think we should grab Hugh and get out of here.
All right.
What about the
We're going to do a
big
skill
bad?
check.
Roll what check?
The skill check. Everyone gets to do a skill challenge to escape, and we'll see if you guys make it out of here alive.
Wait. Before we start running away,
Mm-hmm.
can I take that itchy bandage and throw it at the pool?
You can
Dramatic.
absolutely do that.
Like, have an itchy bandage thing, beast thing. But,
Okay. You do. It doesn't seem very
I
impressive.
was really
but you
hoping
try.
that artifact would do like the needle thing did.
Nope.
No,
Maybe
really
not the
an
right artifact. Anyway,
I hope it's itchy.
Not an artifact.
I really hope it's itchy.
so, and also the bag of gold,
Yeah?
that's just rocks.
I knew it!
Fancy rocks, like diamond rocks.
Kind of like the kind you find on the side of the road. Or like at the bottom of a stream more.
rocks.
Smooth
It
rocks.
was worth a shot.
Nice rocks.
Very pretty rocks, but still rocks.
Oh.
Alright,
So
everybody.
what kind of skill are we
rolling?
doing?
Just any skill?
Any skill?
Acrobatics.
Well, what's going to happen is I'm going to face you with a whole bunch of challenges, and you
Okay.
just try to escape.
Okay.
The roof begins to cave in. A whole bunch of stalactites you did not see begin to fall from above. How are you guys going to escape these horrible, terrible stalactites, and who's going to do it?
Athletics.
Wait, is someone picking up Hugh?
I've got him.
That's
I'm
the
gonna-
challenge. Get Hugh out
I'm
of this
gonna-
room before he gets impaled by a
Could I-
massive
Well,
stalactite.
Nakia's right by him.
Could I use mold earth to move it?
You absolutely can. That's your use, and you don't have to roll for it. Your mold earth power is able to just essentially move it. Just
Okay.
right into wherever you want. Hugh is safe. You can pick him up and take him.
I will.
You guys are gonna leave the room now, and
He's-
you guys are gonna go up the
yes.
stairs that they came from originally.
Yes, please.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll point you to
There's
the
no
way.
way-
Probably,
there's no
Hugh
getting
will
up that
probably
slide.
be just like, what about the big bad?
I rolled
Face
a
him later.
all you.
22 with acrobatics. Can I try to take the baby? I mean, Hugh.
Child.
I think.
Nakia's already.
Nakia's got
you
him.
are across the room from Nakia.
That's true.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Do you still want to kill Hugh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This is going to be.
Sever her connection?
Can I pick her up and run with her?
Give me an athletics check, and
Okay.
you're gonna have to.
Yeah, athletics is my best skill. Okay.
Okay, roll it.
That was a 12 total.
She dodges right past you.
Okay.
She's making a beeline for Hugh and for Nakia,
Okay.
and it's pretty obvious she doesn't like Hugh. Who's gonna try and stop
I
y'all
mean,
from?
I'm right there, so I just have to think about what I'm trying to do.
Can you not use your fancy befriending thing again?
I mean, I could.
Whatever. I haven't
try.
I haven't had a chance to use this, so whatever. I cast Fog Cloud, a level 1 spell, 20 feet of fog centered around anything. Probably gonna be you.
Alright.
As long as it's not
Boom.
stink cloud.
Fog. And yellow, there's a lot of fog. You're not exactly sure where they are in the fog. You can, I guess. You can make a guess, and I'm gonna let you use a survival check to know like where something used to be on the drop of a dime to be able to continue your attempt at getting Hugh.
10.
That's not good enough against this fog cloud. You reach where you think they were, and you make an absolutely potent like attempt at a grab. It does miss, but you were so close, and you feel like you were right next to them.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I make a sneak attack if she's gonna be right there?
Sure. But, yeah. That'll be your contribution. Make your sneak attack.
You knock her out?
Well, yeah,
Roll
I
it.
feel like, yeah. I feel like that's what Ku would do. That's gonna be... What do I add to that? My dexterity?
Yeah, dex and proficiency.
12. I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's not gonna hit. She has better AC than that.
What's going on? Trying to hit her?
She's trying to backstab, Yala, because Yala's going for Hugh.
I'm gonna try to use my luck again. Because I can. I get 3. Nope. Yeah, okay.
So, did she already get past me?
She's
right
getting
there.
past people, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
I got past you. I just barely.
That doesn't mean you can't make a move to try and stop her. It's just she's really close. She made an attempt that would have succeeded, but didn't.
Okay.
But can I? When?
Because I want to...
When everyone else has done
Probably
one
gonna
thing.
be like, run!
I want to try intimidating her. Because I already beat her up once
Roll
today.
intimidation.
Alright. 17.
Okay. You get to roll a.
Test that.
That's a tough one.
What do you
Did
roll
we
to contest
decide it was
intimidation?
wisdom?
Isn't it?
I don't know if it's wisdom. I think it's in this case charisma,
Okay.
Yeah.
because in this case you're trying to use your will to push
Yeah.
through it.
Okay.
Dang.
What'd she get?
17 minus 1. 16.
Haha!
So
What are
you
the
are intimidated because Grog
But
is
just a little
terrifying. Remember, he beat you to almost an inch of your life. He stands and he looms, and it looks
Then
exactly like
everybody
he's going to
saved
strike you.
her.
Here's the thing, though. I need to get this baby into the pool to kill it so that I can have my son back.
Yeah, we
There's
don't
better
care.
ways to do it
So-
than that.
Well, I would yell at her because I'm intimidating her right now, and I'd be like, "Your son was a bunch of leeches, lady. So
You're not getting it back.
yeah, he's a big blood-sucking leech. Okay, so you need to move on because he didn't give me gold; he gave me rocks, and I'm still bitter about that.
Oh,
I know that doesn't make 100% logic.
Do I believe that? I feel
He
like
is
this
intimidating.
Who I am.
You are intimidated.
You are cowed by
You're
him.
really uncertain. So what's going to happen now? Everyone make one last dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Everyone,
That
including Anna.
sucks.
I got
Dex save.
7.
My dex is
14.
19.
22!
And 8.
10.
Okay, so you're fine.
Yeah.
You managed to avoid any flailing hands as more just surge out in one last grab. You managed to avoid it. Who else rolled and what did they roll?
I got 7.
10.
7. You get slashed. You're not grabbed though. It doesn't get any purchase, but you take about 10 points of damage as this thing rips through you.
Ow.
What did you roll?
8.
8. You take 10 damage as well.
19.
19. You don't take any damage, but you do as one of them brushes by you. You do remember. Bring the child to me, and I will return your son.
Lies.
It's a leech.
Okay.
But you've just been intimidated. You know that what you thought was your son was not your son.
Which was probably horrifying, by the way.
But I don't care. I don't care about money. All I care about is my son. So if the possibility of this baby dying could bring my son back,
He's not a baby, he's a child.
I imagine him as a baby.
She's an elf. She probably thinks that. Anyway, so you make your roll, and everyone else will make their roll. And this is the final roll.
Oh, she's gonna roll what?
To kill the baby.
Okay.
So I guess with all of what's
No!
What'd you roll?
A 6!
That's not good enough. What'd you guys roll?
Oh,
What are we rolling for?
what are we rolling for?
Contest with against her.
Yeah, but what's the... What are we adding in modifiers?
I
She
only
just-
got 2.
It's just a flat roll.
flat roll?
That roll.
You have 5
5.
people, and she is 1.
13.
16.
I roll a 5.
So the only person that... Oh, you two didn't beat her then.
That doesn't matter,
did she
though.
roll?
There's so
She got a
many of you.
6.
The point
She
is,
has-
I'm right there.
you are able to prevent her.
Okay.
And the whole building is starting, like, things are starting to literally drop. It's, you cannot stay here a single moment longer.
So we gotta get
And
that.
you guys, basically, you flee, and as Yala is trying to pursue you guys, she is grabbed.
Oh, what?
One of the hands just hooks into her, and it's just like, just in absolute rage, and perhaps it's perceived failure, rips her into the pool, and she's gone. And you guys,
Can I cast silence on it? Just that pool?
you can absolutely cast
don't
silence.
hear a
You do
scream.
really quick, it's really quiet, and you guys sprint out and
I just don't
reach
want that
the
on my
ropes
conscience.
and climb your way out to the surface, and we'll hit off where we go
Okay.
next time.
Wow.
Yala!
No.
We tried so hard.
I did.
Well, I just, at the end,
Well,
I
you
just
didn't.
didn't want to hear it. Yeah, I was like,
I feel like Hugh was kind of like Yala, and Nagia had to like grab her hand.
Yeah.
Well, I was also.
I love people, so
I tried to disconnect the
I
badge
feel
from
like
her.
Hugh's been through so much.
I never figured
past
out what was
couple
going on. I was
sessions.
like,
well, she died anyway. I really should have just killed her. I feel like
And
that was
there
a
we
betrayal
go,
of my
that's the
character.
arc. We'll just have an epilogue where we explain things and give answers next
All
time.
right, cool.
And you guys get to explore Brunnogarte without the threat of
I
impending
can use
death.
my last wig. I like it.